We got to get it for Mac, bro. Get it for Mac.
All right, going live.
Baby, come back. Oh, I don't want to start singing that. There it is. There it is.
All right. There goes the location. We are up. And oh my God, let me turn that down. Oh, it's so freaking loud. There it goes. And we are live. What's up, Big Oof? What's going on, man? First person in the chat. You're in charge of everybody. Giovanni. What's up? Abe. What's up, Junior? What's up, Jalen? What's up, FaZe? Chris Redmond. Anthony Simonelli. Eddie. What's going on, Eddie? What's up, JB? Isaiah's in the house. Vidal. Anthony. We got Hayden Wicks. What's up, Hayden Wicks? Haven't seen you in a while. How's it going? Jay Martell says, birthday boy in the house. Well, happy birthday to you, Jay. Jay's birthday, Sean.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Leiden, what's going on? What's up, Will Skates? Bears Fear, what's going on? Mick is in the house. What's up, Kush? What up, Chaos? Omar, what's going on? What's up, Tropical Mayhem? B Money, how are you doing? Jags Nation's in the house as well. David says, yo. And Eddie says, I was about to get the suitcase out. Well, good thing you didn't have to bring out the suitcase and come all the way to Texas and bash some kneecaps. EJ with a $4.99 donation. First one of the night says, what's up, guys? Long time no see. Josh, did you like the video I sent you on Twitter? Stay woke. I did not see any video on Twitter. I'll have to go back and look, EJ, but I'm pretty sure. Let me guess. It has something to do with the fact that your Texans play my Chicago Bears this year, and you are worried. You are scared to death on what our defense is going to do against your offense. That's what I'm guessing, but I'll check it out. Thank you, EJ.
Thank you, EJ, bro. Yeah.
We got Crazy Mofo in the house, Sean.
What? What's up, Mofo?
Mofo's in the house. So with that, let me open this.
Oh, you got to. Mofo. You got to.
Cheers, Mofo. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for
Cheers,
popping
guys.
through, guys. How was y'all's Monday night? How was y'all doing?
Mine's great, Josh. I just got me some Raisin Cane's I'm snacking on right here.
Did you get the Caniac combo with the extra Raisin Cane sauce and a lemonade?
I got Coke, but I got a.
Oh, you got Coke this time?
I got a jug of lemonade, though.
You bought a jug? Okay, good. There you go. What's up, Go Skittle? How's it going, man?
What's up, guys?
What's up, Rojo? What's up, QC? QC's in the house. Got a couple of the brochachos in here. Eddie says, shut the fuck up, Rocha, by the way. EJ with a $4.99 donation says, oh, ha, Josh. Where did you get that jug? At the toilet store? Or as Rocha would say, toilet store. That's how he pronounces it. But no. I can't wait for that. I can't wait because you know what? I think the Chicago Bears have a very legit case to sweep the entire AFC South. The toughest opponent, I'm sorry, is going to be the Tennessee Titans right now. That's how I see it. We're going to beat the Colts. We're going to beat the Texans, and we're definitely going to beat the Jaguars. UCF Jaguars going to be drunk that night.
Oh, he's going to be hammered drunk.
From the pain. Yeah. But I think we can sweep the AFC South. We can do it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. The tough competition is definitely going to be the Colts, right? Titans and Colts. Titans and then Colts.
Colts will be great because it's going to be a great fight in the trenches because the Colts have a great offensive line. Their front seven is actually pretty good too. So that's going to be a really good test for both of our teams. But ultimately, I think we have the better overall team than the Colts for sure. Oh, yeah. I mean, they have Phillip Rivers who can throw 6-7 yards.
It's just that's what I was about to say. This all depends. Colts whole season rests on what Phillip Rivers are we getting? Are we getting last year's Phillip Rivers because he was trash? Or are we getting the Phillip Rivers before that? So,
yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
Oh, I've seen Arturo's $5.
Arturo, $5 donation. Says you guys hear about NFL maybe giving teams high third-round picks if they hire a minority to be a new head coach or GM. Yes, I saw that. What do you think about that? I think that is so ridiculous.
To put it in perspective, who was it? What coach came out and said this shit? It was like, 2 years ago, a minority coach came out and said, it's a slap in the face.
Yes, it is.
They go in to interview, and it's just a formality. They don't give two fucks, actually. You don't even have a shot, but they have to do it. It's a slap in the face.
Yes, it is. I don't get it. I don't know what the thinking was behind this.
Yeah.
But it is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. completely against it. I think it's stupid.
Now, like
100%.
The reason they're doing this, I think, is that they're afraid because this is actually apparently I saw I can't remember Adam Schefter or someone tweeted out saying this is the lowest number of minorities that they've had in the GM and head coaching positions in the last 17 years.
In the last 17 years, okay.
And going into this season.
And this is going to make it better?
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to make it better. It's just, to me, I feel like it's just like, but I did see a tweet today saying that they are going to remember how they were required to interview one minority for the head coaching and all that shit. They changed that. They're increasing it to 2 guys.
Yeah.
2 minorities, and then just one for assistants, for assistant coaching. I feel like you're just trying to force a hand, and it's gonna like I said, it's a slap in the face.
QC says, "Why don't the Steelers just fire and then rehire Mike Tomlin? Get a better pick."
Yeah,
there you go.
Jesus.
But anyway, so thanks guys for coming in through here. Appreciate you. What's up, Sonic Boom? What's up, Hot Take Hockey? He's in the house.
What's up, buddy?
I see you, Alicia Jones. She was in here. Sully's in here. Rob Navarro.
Hey.
Sports can return to California in June. So yeah, I saw on Twitter when I woke up that that sports can be played here very soon in the state of California, and I think the state of New York as well. Yep. And Sean and I were talking about that before we went live, and we were saying, like, if those 2 states who are have been 2 of the most restrictive states during this whole quarantine coronavirus situation, then that bodes well for the rest of the states. If New York and California are going to do it, then the other states are going to do it, especially the southern states where they were already against that kind of shit anyway, like Florida. Texas is going to be in there. You're telling me. So
Abbott said May 31st, sports can return with no fans in the state of Texas. So that's good. That's good for now. This is especially good. I know it's going to be weird, but this is especially good for like high school sports, especially because these kids that are like trying to fight for a scholarship for football and stuff like that, they can go out and compete and try to get a scholarship, right? There's a lot of kids that can't afford college and they're really competing and trying to put themselves out there. So this is good for even high school, not just NFL, all levels,
Right. By the way, see Alpha Evie in the house. What's up, man? Beast Mode's in here. Kid Blue is in here. What's up, man? How you doing?
Oh, guys.
We can't wait until sports resumes as well. And Alpha Evie says, Josh, will Amukamara be a solid cornerback 2 for the Oakland Raiders? I would not expect hardly anything from Prince Amukamara, man. This dude is injured a lot. He's inconsistent a whole lot. So, I mean, I wouldn't expect much from him, honestly.
Like, but when the guy flashes, that's it.
Yeah, he has flashes, exactly. But so I wouldn't expect much from him, man. We get our $5 donation from Arturo. Says, Josh, is your O-line even good? We now have Buckner, who's a beast, and we have Justin Houston, who had 11 sacks last season, and Darius Leonard. That's what I was saying, man. It's a good test for both of us because your offensive line against our front 7, that's going to be a good test. And then the other side of it, what is our offensive line going to look like this year? Because the last 2 years has been 2 different stories. 2 years ago, our offensive line was good. Everybody was playing fine. Even Massey, Charles Leonard Jr., it was clicking. And then last year, total regression. Everyone and the guys switching positions. It made no sense. Everybody would just shit the bed. Yeah. So what O-line are we going to see this year? I expect and hope that things are going to get better, but even if they are better, it's not good enough to for me to expect to go completely toe-to-toe with your front 7, your D-line, which is pretty goddamn stacked. So like I said, it's going to be a good test for both of us. But like I said, also, I think the Bears overall are a better team and will win that game. Yeah. But we will cross that bridge when we get to it, man. Yep. Thank you, Arturo.
Thank you. Ghost Skittle says, did you guys see the Cowboys offer LeBron a contract in 2011?
Who?
So apparently the Cowboys offered LeBron a contract.
LeBron James?
I didn't see that. Shit, did that happen?
LeBron James, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I did not see that.
I remember when they were all back in 2011, 2012, around that time, when everybody kept speculating, what if LeBron played football? Oh, would he be good and all that shit? I remember that discussion. I didn't know we offered him a contract, but shit, I wouldn't doubt it. He's a Cowboy fan. Shit.
Okay, I guess. What's up, T-Web? T-Web is also in here. He says, Josh, are you planning on going back to work in the near future? Well, I don't know. I don't know. I was furloughed back in March, Now, Texas has been opening up more and more. I think as it stands right now, it's still 25% maximum capacity in a lot of these businesses, right? Now, and where I work, they started conducting business about a month ago, right? But it was mostly online. And then I found out last Friday that they started conducting business on site.
Yeah.
Now, they weren't fully opened, but they started opening, but they did open the doors.
Yeah.
And they have, like I said, you can only have 25% maximum capacity.
Mm-hmm.
So they're open somewhat on site. And it's really frustrating because no update, nothing from the company, no email, nothing at all from anyone to say, hey, listen, here's what we're doing. Here's what's going on. Here's what to expect. And here's what we hope to expect in the near future. So, we just want to keep you guys updated. So obviously they're open to some, to a certain capacity. And some people have had to go back to work.
Yep.
Just not me and some other people. And I have no idea what's going on. And it's very, 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 very frustrating. Very frustrating.
It's crazy that they're not even communicating. That's the worst. To me, if they're just going to say, hey, we're not going to bring you back, just fucking tell you.
Exactly.
That's what irritates me of all. And I know that irritates you just as much. Like, okay, if you aren't going to bring me back, just fucking tell me so you could, not even have that thought in your fucking mind anymore.
Mm-hmm. Because it's like, I just felt like an asshole just sitting here waiting this whole entire time. It's been almost 2 months now.
Yep.
And I'm like, am I still furloughed or am I fired? Am I ever going to be able to come back? Mm-hmm. Because remember, I told you, Sean, for a while now, I expect a lot of business to take advantage of this whole situation and not let a lot of people come back and then hire new people at a lower wage. Yep. And to make up for lost business during that time. So
that could easily happen.
I've been, coming to grips with the fact that I'm probably never going to go back there again. Yeah. I have to be prepared for that. I am preparing for that. And even if they do call me up, let's say they call me up like 2 weeks from now, a month from now, or whatever, like, okay, well, now we can open our doors fully and we want you to come back. Do I even want to go back? What do I want to do going forward? What do I want to go back there and work? Should I do something else? Yeah. And if I am, what am I going to do? So I'm going to think about that a lot lately.
Yeah, it's something you got to weigh your options and then figure out what's the best for you. But it's still kind of a stressful time.
Do I work for a bum company? No, it's actually owned by Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway. So no. Yeah,
it's a big company.
But yes, I am though, T-Web. I am collecting unemployment.
Thank God.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But anyway, so last night, Sean, I want to talk about this for a little bit. Yeah. Last night, the last 2 episodes of The Last Dance aired, and it was incredible. It was absolutely incredible how it ended. I love the conclusion of it. Last week episodes 7 and 8 I thought were the best of the series, but now the episodes 9 and 10 were for me. It had everything, man. It it was funny. It was very emotional. The backstory that they went with Steve Kerr was incredible. I did not know that about his father and his family. So that was very heartfelt part of the documentary last night. And at the end of Last Dance, Sean, I was pissed. I got really pissed off.
Why?
Yeah, I got very, very heated, like as if it was 1998 all over again. Because the way it ended, Sean, it ended with Reisendorf, our owner, right? Yeah. It ended him with saying that even though Jerry Krause at the beginning of the 1998 season told Phil Jackson, no matter what, even if you go 82-0, you're not coming back next year. It's over. And then that's why Phil Jackson called it The Last Dance. And that's why all the players refer to it as a last dance. It was it. It was over. But at the end, Reisendorf says, you know what? Despite everything that was said and everything, I want you to come back, Phil. I do want you to come back next year. But the thing was that it was going to be a rebuild. He was not going to bring back Scottie Pippen, Steve Kerr, Ron Harper, Dennis Rodman, Nobody. He wasn't going to bring back anyone except Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan would have to be comfortable, and Phil Jackson would have to be comfortable with a rebuild that would probably take a couple, 2-3 years or so. It wouldn't be something that would happen overnight, but it would be a rebuild mode going forward for sure. And Michael Jordan was sitting there with his tablet, and he was listening to him say this, and he was just completely dumbfounded, as I was, and just very upset because Reisendorf's thinking was, well, we're not going to be able to afford. Well, what we're going to have to pay those guys, they're not worth it. And in my head, I'm thinking, this core got you 3 fucking championships, 3-peat, another 3-peat. How are they not worth it? And Michael Jordan said, you know what? Here's what we could have done. We could have done a 1-year contract. All of us did a 1-year deal, and let's go for a 4-peat. Let's go for a 7th title. He says he felt like he could have convinced all the other guys to stay and do a 1-year deal.
Oh yeah,
to make it affordable. Like they didn't even try. They wanted to rebuild, and a lot of people have been shitting on Jerry Krause, the GM. But I think Reisendorf, our owner, who's still our owner, I think he deserves as much, if not more, hate than Jerry Krause, because at least Jerry Krause, he put the moves in play to put this team together, the first 3-peat team and the second 3-peat team. So as much as, he's also a fucking asshole, and as much as he's, he was wanting more credit than he got, and all that shit, and he was insecure and got hurt in his feelings or whatever. At least he did great things for the Chicago Bulls. Some moves that will go down as some of the greatest moves ever made. I mean, he put together the greatest dynasty ever in basketball. But Reisendorf, fuck him, and he's still our owner. What a piece of shit.
I felt like Chicago, the Bulls, obviously having Jordan, having one of the greatest teams of all time, and having 2 3-peats, right? It's just crazy. And yet, y'all's owner let that slip away. That it just dumbfounds me, man. It dumbfounds me.
QC says all this complaining when the Suns have Robert Sarver. Be happy, Josh. Champions are never satisfied. No, QC. And if you would have watched that documentary, I don't know if you have or not, but Michael Jordan, he won at the end. That's another thing that I found fascinating at the end of this documentary, Sean. He won 6 championships, and he was hungry for another one. He was not fucking satisfied. No, and it never satisfied. And it pisses them off to this day that they didn't do it, that they had to break up, and they didn't go for a 7th championship. And we could have saw Bulls and Spurs. And you know what? That 99 season was a short season because of the lockout. So they wouldn't have. So Jordan and all them wouldn't have had a full season on them. They would have been more fresh for a playoffs. Imagine a 99 finals with the Bulls and Spurs. We would have had the Twin Towers and Duncan and Robinson with Sean Elliott, Avery Johnson going up against the Chicago Bulls. That would have been phenomenal. And I mean, that would have been great, because what are the Bulls going to do in the front court? I mean, you got in the front court, you have David Robinson and fucking Tim Duncan, right? You have on the other side, you have Dennis Rodman, great rebounder, great defender, but Luke Longley, he's getting tore up. So it would have been very interesting. It would have been very interesting. And Popovich versus Phil Jackson in the finals,
arguably the 2 greatest coaches of all time. I don't think anybody will argue that, right? Oh, that would have been crazy. And what's funny is I saw a meme or something on Twitter today talking about how Steve Kerr kind of had a 4-peat. He won it with the Spurs in '99, right? Didn't he go to the Spurs and win it with them?
Yes, yeah.
So he
won 2 championships with the Spurs.
He won a 4-peat with them. he had a 4-peat himself.
Yeah, he did. Yep. Yeah. So Arturo says with the 2000 Nation, to be honest, I like Krause. He looks like a chill dude. He was not a chill dude. I appreciate the things that he did for him. I don't fully hate him. I am upset, but at the same time, I also appreciate him. Yeah. But I would not call him chill. Yeah. I wouldn't refer to Jerry Krause as chill.
Yeah. Oh, and Arturo then said, why didn't they talk about MJ with Wizards? Because this was about the Last Dance leading up to the last year. So why would it wouldn't make sense for them to go past.
Yeah, I also saw people also say, how come they didn't go into Derrick Rose? What?
This is called The Last Dance. It's about the last season. So of course they showed stuff leading up to it. Come on.
If they should have ended off with anything, they should have ended off with that last soundbite of Jerry Krause saying, we're in a rebuild. We're going to go in a rebuild, right? And it should have been like a little simple text that says, to this day, the Bulls are still rebuilding. Fucking
Seriously.
in 2020, we're still in that we're still looking to compete right there. We had a couple of shots there, when Derrick Rose during his MVP season, but then, he got hurt. But yeah, Jason Morgan's in the house. He says, I have a hemorrhoid for every person who is watching that hasn't hit that like button. Please save my butthole and hit that like button. Guys,
Jesus.
Save Jason Morgan's butthole.
Do it.
Because that will ease his pain.
Now, quick question, Josh. So right after Phil Jackson was let go, right?
Yeah.
He went on to the Lakers, right?
Yeah, he took a little bit of a break, and then he eventually went to the Lakers.
What year did he go to Lakers? Like, did he take a year off, 2 years, or what?
I don't know. Did he take that one season off, and then he went and
The shortened season?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know, but yeah, he went to the Lakers. He won 5 championships there, right? 5 championships.
Yep.
Until you guys retired him.
Yeah. I like. Good. Little jab in there because I wanted to say that. No, yeah. I was just thinking though, if y'all would have brought Phil Jackson back, he was not going to sign a 1-year deal. Let's get real here. Phil Jackson, no coach signs a 1-year deal. So if they would have signed him like that, would he have gone to the Lakers at the time he did? Because him going to the Lakers had a big factor with Shaq and Kobe.
Right.
So it could have been a lot different.
What's up, Nick Howard? How's it going, man? And I see LJ says 1999. So did he join the 99-2000 season or the 98-99 season?
Yeah.
Was it that very next year after
like
he left the Bulls?
99-2000? I don't know.
Why would Jordan order a pizza in his name? I don't know if they ordered a pizza in his name. I must have missed that little detail, but yeah, he ordered the only pizza place that was open, right? And 5 guys showed up to deliver that pizza, and one of his guys was like, "I don't like this. This doesn't seem right?" Yeah. And Jordan ate the pizza and got food poisoning.
So it was food poisoning. It wasn't the flu.
Oh, yeah. And it was funny because Rocha texted me, right? And he was like, oh, it was food poisoning. It wasn't the flu. I was like, yeah, that's been known since that. Like, it was never a secret. It was never, discussed as it's called the flu game because it just sounds better, right? It just sounds better. And when I remember that game, when that game was happening, you guys also saw the footage there in the documentary. Yeah. When Michael Jordan was coming out to the court, they said he had flu-like symptoms, so that it's called the flu. It's called the flu game, but it was always food poisoning. It was always known as food poisoning. Okay. Arturo with $2 donation says, "Oh wait, no, I already read that one. He had to set another one though. Yeah. He says, what if Bulls went to the finals in 2011 against Dallas? That would have been fucking great. That would have been phenomenal. That would have been
I love that shit.
That would have been a hell of a matchup. Yeah. I would have loved to see my Bulls win a 7th championship.
Get out of here. We were destined that year. Come on, man. We were destined. Like, I felt like it was in the stars.
No, that 2011 Mavericks, that run it's one of my favorite runs ever in sports. Because
everything clicked. Everything.
What the Mavericks, and just about every series, they were the least talented team. And I'm sorry, but the Mavericks team, 2011 team, that was the least talented NBA Finals championship maybe ever.
Yeah.
Maybe ever. You don't see Cinderella teams in the NBA. You just don't see it with a best of 7 series, best of 5 series. You don't see Cinderella teams in the finals win it.
Yeah.
And they did.
You might see them win you might see Cinderella teams win in the first round. But after that, you can't. It's hard to repeat that.
They beat Portland. Yeah. They won. You guys went on to sweep LA.
Yep.
And then you beat the Miami Heat. And I remember. I'll never forget. It was one of the greatest games ever. I mean, Dirk Nowitzki. He's fucking sick. LeBron James, Dwayne Wade. They're talking shit. They're making
mocking him.
Making fun of Dirk for being sick, and he goes out there and he kicks the fucking ass in Miami.
Dude, that drive he had on Chris Bosh to take the lead late in that game when he was sick was it just felt.
Oh my god! I could watch that over and over again.
When I saw that happen, I was like, "We're winning this." And you can ask Josh. I did say I feel like we could beat this team. I think we could beat them in the finals. I went to a game earlier that season when we played them in the regular season, and we beat them. We actually did really damn well against them. That year, we weren't that talented. Like, there's obviously the Miami Heat had better talent, but you know what? Tyson Chandler coming over solidified our defense and rebounding. Everybody bought in to Rick Carlisle. Everybody bought in. Jason Terry, Jason Kidd, Sean Marion, Delonte West. We had a shit ton of players that just bought in defensively, and we were arguably one of the best defensive teams that year. And we had a lot of good depth for defense. And it was just pretty much Jason Terry and Dirk scoring the points pretty much the whole year.
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. It was incredible. I'll never forget watching all those games. It was just amazing. And Ghost Skittle says people act like they dominated Miami. They did. No, they didn't dominate Miami. No. But the heart, the amount of heart that came out of every player. Brian Cardinal. The what they call him, the janitor, the custodian, actually. Everybody was just putting it all out there on the line. Yeah. Everybody.
They wanted
JJ Barea was D'ing up LeBron James.
About JJ.
Don't ever talk to me about Michael Jordan being inferior to fucking LeBron James when that motherfucker got D'd up by goddamn JJ Barea. Yep. Fuck off.
Dude, everybody was doing good. Jason Terry was fucking bodying up LeBron.
Oh, remember when fucking Terry hit that three from the logo
in his
on LeBron
fucking
James?
Face, bro. Yes. It was just, like I said, it was meant to be that year. And Dirk was not allowing, because people forget, in 2006, Miami beat Dallas. Very controversial NBA Finals. And they beat us in pretty much the same way, in a sense of the same record. It was 4-2 the series final. And I felt like Dirk was not going to let that shit happen again. No way. Now, real quick, Josh, I see $2 from Sarah Small. Says, I love The Last Dance. How's the Fury's family?
Doing good, Sarah.
Doing good,
and
Sarah.
Thank you. I loved it. It was one of the greatest documentaries I have ever seen, sports documentaries. I highly recommend everyone watch it. It was absolutely fantastic. The 10-part series. Go watch that. I also got excited for last night because the preview. I saw the little promo saying that 30 for 30 is coming back, and I love 30 for 30. I've watched every single 30 for 30 documentary up to this point, so it's coming back. I think they said here soon, so can't wait for that. By the way, Jason Morgan says he says at 100 likes, Rocha will hit puberty. Do your part, people, and help those balls drop. Do it. Got a $3 donation from Sarah. Little super sticker. Says fist bump. There you go.
Hey, thank you, Sarah.
There you go.
Appreciate that. But yeah, dude. But no, that finals Dallas, man, that was a full team effort, and you don't see that often. So.
Absolutely. That was incredible. That was incredible, man. I love that. Denying Dwayne Wade and LeBron. Because that was their first year, right? Together.
That was their very first year together. Yeah,
that was their first year together, and that was fantastic. I remember when they won the championship, that last game. I think we were at Hooters, right? We were at Hooters.
I believe so. Yeah.
And everybody went crazy.
Oh my god!
Everyone's running around. It went nuts in that place.
It felt great. It
what a moment.
That feeling was because I never experienced my team winning a championship. You know, I was alive for the Cowboys, but I was still young.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the same. But this was like I was having a drink, I was having a beer. We were watching the fucking finals, and it just felt amazing. It was the most amazing feeling I've ever felt in my life, sports-wise. And so, now I didn't want to bring this up, and I don't know, maybe you'll disagree with me, Josh, but Ghost Skittle says 8 or 7 out of 10 times the Heat win that series. I say no. Now, Josh, you may disagree with me, but I felt like Dallas matched up well with Miami with our personnel.
I think I would agree with Ghost Skittle on that.
I'm talking if they in another 7-game series, we swept them for the regular season. We played them 4 times in the regular season. Right. We swept them. We beat them. I felt like we matched up well to them. That's why I picked us to win the finals that year. I don't know. I think we would be.
But here's the thing though, and that's why I think NBA I think NBA is better at crowning a champion than the NFL does.
Yeah.
Because it is a best of series. You know, it's not like the Miami Heat went out there and they just got lost to a one and done. You know, like it's like the NFL does. It was a best of 7. And you guys beat them. You were the champions. You are the champions. You were the better team that year to end it off.
Yeah, that's why I think if we'd have brought back Tyson Chandler, because remember the next year was a shortened season, right? Where it was like a lockout. And we let go, I think, of Tyson Chandler because we're going to go after Dwight Howard the following year and shit like that. And because Tyson Chandler wanted an extension, we didn't give it to him. I think we'd have brought back Tyson because he shored up our defense for that team. I think we could have won it again the following year. I think so. But anyways.
Hot Dick Hockey. Oh, wait, we got another donation here. Young Gemini says, I can't stick around. I'm working. Have a great stream. Well, thank you, Young Gemini. We appreciate that, man.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you so much, dude. Footballer 503, welcome. What's going on, man? And let's see. I was just about to read so many timeouts here. I agree, T-Web, the Dark Side of the Ring, the last episode they just aired with the Legion of Doom. I didn't think that was all that great because I agree. I knew most of that stuff there too. What's up, Wilds? How's it going, man? Hot Take Hawkins, this question for you guys. What has been your favorite Netflix original show or movie of 2020? Just watched Outer Banks. Highly recommend. So someone was recommending Outer Banks. I can't watch it. All I saw was, in the synopsis. I'm out. Done. I try to watch All American. People are saying, "Oh, it's a great show. It's fucking great."
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not saying it isn't. It's just it's
not your
I'm
thing.
too old for that. I can't watch a teen drama. Can't do it. Can't relate.
Yeah. I don't get into teen dramas that much anymore. I know one of my favorites was House of Cards.
House of Cards is fucking great.
It's phenomenal.
Let's see, a Netflix original series that I would recommend is Ozark. Ozark is pretty goddamn good. And
I will say a newer one, Lock and Key. Lock and Key was a pretty damn good one, and I can't wait for the second season for that. But yeah.
Nathaniel Perez says, "Can you guys see Tom Brady and Patriots documentary?" Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean,
they will
it's the greatest dynasty ever in football, probably the greatest dynasty period to exist. So I'm sure we'll see that. What's up, Jared Page? How's it going, man? QC says, I've been watching Ozark, and how are you liking it, dude? How are you liking it?
Is that the one where they're at the beach or something like that?
Yes. To be honest, I've seen it and I've heard that it was good, right? But I was always so hesitant on watching it because Jason Bateman, the actor, he can be so hit or miss for me.
Yeah.
Like sometimes he can ruin something for me. Just because he's always the same persona, it seems like.
Yeah, that's true.
Arrested Development, he was fucking great. So I was always hesitant on watching it, but glad I did. It was pretty good. Crazy Dog, $2 donation. What's going on, Crazy Dog?
Hey.
All Cavs fans were Mavs fans in 2011. I don't doubt that for a second.
No, not just Cavs fans, the whole NBA. I felt like after they formed that super team and how LeBron went about it, no one wanted them to win. So everybody was against the Heat that year.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, thank you for the donation, man. And Ben Loon, what's up, buddy? He said, "What's up, guys? Can't wait for NFL, even though I don't want to wish the summer away." I want to wish the summer away because I want NFL now. Fuck
absolutely.
That. I want summer, and I like the cold weather.
So Q says he likes it a lot. It took a while for the story to develop, but there's a lot going on now, and he's really getting into it. And me and Kelsey always watch shows y'all suggest. Still waiting for Haunting of Hill House. Oh my God, that's also. I'm so glad you brought that up.
Yep.
Because that has also been one of my favorite ever original series from Netflix. The Haunting of Hill House. Do you remember the House on I think it was
House on Haunted Hill? Yeah.
I don't know if was it called that or was it called something else?
Yeah, it's House on Haunted Hill.
Wait, which one? The one with Cameron Diaz and Owen Wilson, that movie that came out in the early 2000s with terrible CGI.
And I think it's House on Haunted Hill. The Haunting is the one with when Eleanor.
No. That's The Haunting. That's the Eleanor and Liam Neeson and Owen Wilson and
yeah.
That's The Haunting.
Was in there?
Yes, she was Elizabeth.
Jesus.
But yeah, that story, right? That story.
Yeah.
They made it into a because that was an adaptation of an original movie from like I think the fucking 50s or something
I
like that.
didn't know that.
So they took that, and it's probably based on a book or something, but they
Okay.
took that story and they made it into a series. And oh my God, it's phenomenal.
I
It's
didn't know it was based on
incredible.
that.
It is
That was
so fucking good.
Damn.
I love that show.
Did you like that movie? The Haunting?
The Haunting, yes.
Okay, I liked it.
But the show is so incredible.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched it, fucking watch it. You won't regret it.
I'll have to check that out. I'll have to check it out. We got a $5 from our Churro. Says, I hope Lillard brings a NBA title to Portland. I respect him as one team guy. I don't know if Lillard's that kind of guy that's going to be able to take it.
I mean, the dude's deadly for sure.
He's deadly, but
man, they need more firepower if they're going to contend against the LA teams and some of the other guys, man.
Yeah, I respect what he's trying to do. How he's like, I'm not leaving, and stuff like. I respect that, but you can't do it alone anymore in the NBA.
Right.
That's sad.
Thank you, Arturo. What's up, Luis Torres? Says, can't wait till games are shown. No audience. Hashtag very interesting. Yeah, I'll take sports with or without audience.
Yeah.
And Jason Morgan says, at 100 likes, Josh will test his homemade COVID-19 cure on Craig. Save the world, people. Hashtag Lab Rat Craig. So make sure you guys smack that like button right there.
Lab Rat Craig.
Sir Cardinal, what's up, man? He says, Josh watched Snowpiercer last night. It was pretty good. Yeah, Snowpiercer. Yeah, that was a movie that
is that on Netflix?
Me and my girlfriend were just chilling, and she was sometimes she likes to browse through things and say, yeah, let's watch this movie. I'm like, wait, they're all in a train. They all live on a train. The whole world exists on this train. It's a post-apocalyptic world, Sean. The whole world's like frozen over. Yeah, and the whole world is frozen over, right? And everyone lives on this fucking train, right? And there's a hierarchy on the fucking train. And like, and the poor people on that train are like, I guess they have to resort to it's been a while since I've seen it, but they want to take it over from the elite, right?
Jesus.
And what's his name? Captain America is a star of that movie.
Chris Evans, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And yeah, that was a movie that came out of nowhere for me. I was like, oh, okay, I've never heard of this. And it's really goddamn interesting. And it's now a television show on TNT, I think. They just made it into a TV show.
Oh, shit. I do want to check it out because I do like Chris Evans as an actor. So I want to check that shit out. So, yeah.
We got a $5 donation from Jared Patience. This is for Josh's T-shirt. Thank you, fuck you, bye. This is for Josh's shirt. Bro, did you hear Cornette go off on Ronda Rousey? Pure gold, my friend. Can't wait for Dark Side Owen Hart tomorrow. I didn't even know that was coming out. I didn't see a preview or anything.
Jeez.
Owen Hart, Dark Side of the Ring. I will be watching that.
Yeah.
But Cornette, I love his rants. This dude's incredible, and he did go off on Ronda Rousey. I love that. I was one rant that he did recently that I don't necessarily agree with. I thought, like, what are you doing? He got pissed at Becky Lynch for getting pregnant, basically. For getting pregnant, wanting a family, and just in the middle of her peak, right? Like that drove him nuts. I disagree with him there, but I love Jim Cornette. I'm obviously a Jim Cornette guy. Thank you, fuck you, bye.
God.
Oh, beer. I love Corny, man.
Go grab a beer. Yeah, come on. You can't get mad at someone who want to start a family. Like you want to be able to, because the longer women wait, the harder for them to get pregnant. And the more complications it could be, I think once you hit 30, I think for women, the safety drops a lot because you can have more complications. Can't wait for a 30 for 30 Sosa McGuire. Oh, that's when the hitters were around, man. Yeah, that'd be crazy. What's up, Jazz TV? Jazz is in here, Josh.
Jazzy, bro.
Much love to everyone. Hope all are staying healthy and safe. Oh, and last thing, the Bengals will not be in last place in the NFL in 2020 season. Sorry, Jags. LOL. Yeah, I think me and Josh agree with you. We think the Jags are probably going to be the worst team coming into the season. We'll see, though. It's going to be interesting.
What's up, Corrupt? How's it going? Did you know Corrupt was in here?
Who?
Corrupt. He's in here.
Just kidding. I was just kidding. Yeah. No.
Wow. Tough. That's tough.
No. Yeah, what's up, Corrupt?
Josh, what do you think about the Packers next season, and what do you think about 2010 Packers? Fuck the 2010 Packers. And no, I'm going to be interested to see just how they're going to be after everything that happened this offseason, how they did not get Aaron Rodgers help. Just how pissed off is Aaron Rodgers, Yeah. It's going to be really interesting. And hopefully the Chicago Bears can take advantage.
Yeah, I still think they're going to be good because their defense, right? I think their defense is fucking amazing. They were one of the best last year. That's what carried them most of the season. But like you said, it's going to be interesting because they did not get weapons like they supposedly were going to for Aaron Rodgers. He needs more weapons for that offense to be any good, or else they're going to just lose in the playoffs like they did last year, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like other teams got better and they just pretty much just stayed the same. But we'll see.
Jason Morgan says, if you hit that like button, if you haven't hit that like button, where'd it go? What the hell?
Wait, which one you're talking about?
Okay, I see it on desktop, but not on my phone. That's weird. If you haven't hit that like button yet, then you should heed the advice of Josh's shirt.
That was a good one. Oh yeah, there it is.
What carried Green Bay was that run game and ref ball.
Run game and defense, you mean? I love how everybody blames the refs. It's funny. Jazzy said, who's y'all's biggest sleeper coming into the NFL season? I think Broncos is a solid sleeper in my opinion. Broncos, yeah. Drew Lock had a great end of the year, so if he progresses, possibly. Who's a sleeper for you, sleeper team, Josh? early prediction, honestly.
Let me think.
Broncos is a good one though. I'll give them that. I'm trying to think.
I mean, Cardinals is not a sleeper for anybody yet or anymore, right? I mean, I think we all agree that they're going to be pretty goddamn good.
I still think they're going to be third in the division though.
But... Okay, well then, give me the fucking Cardinals.
Yeah, I just as long as the Russell Wilson's there, it's hard for me to doubt the Seahawks to be second at least. But I don't know. It's tough for me. I'm thinking Broncos is kind of. I don't want to just piggyback off Jazzy, but Broncos might be my sleeper.
Let's see. Cardinals are going to be good. The Browns are going to bounce back. The Raiders are going to have a good season. They might even make the playoffs. So there you go. Those are teams last year that were shit. That are going well. The Raiders wouldn't shit, but yeah, those are teams they're gonna
miss the playoffs. Yeah, we'll see though.
What's up, Bobby? How's it going, man?
Bobby.
Colts, Steelers, Buccaneers are my dark horse. Don't really have any sleepers, says Bigger Mike. Colts, Steelers. The Steelers have a great defense.
Yeah,
Big Ben is fully healthy, has a full healthy season. Okay, yep. Buccaneers, not. I wouldn't say they're a dark horse.
Everybody projects them to be a winner.
They could even win the division. I could definitely see that. Colts,
Yeah. I'm just not sold on Philip Rivers until I see it. So,
bigger sleeper is the Lions for sure. I wouldn't say for sure. That's not the word I would use. Lions are never talked about. Well, we talk about the Lions quite a bit here on this channel, and actually, going into the season last year.
Yep.
We were both saying that, the Lions, they've been looking like they're, trending up. This is a team that's got potential in it. But at this point, I got to really question Matt Patricia and his coaching. Russian Boss with a $10 donation. When are you guys getting together to do a stream? Don't know.
Once everything dies down, man, we want to be precautious and do the right thing, Thank you for the $10, Russian. We appreciate it, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Lions, Matt Patricia, I feel like he's trying to do too much. And he's trying to, I think he's outsmarting himself. He's a smart guy. He's outsmarting himself.
Ooh, Ghost Skittle says, I think the Titans are a one-year wonder. With their defense and the running game, and I like how Tannehill runs that offense. AJ Brown, that dude's phenomenal. Yeah. I mean, and the coaching. I love the coaching over there. So, I don't know. I'd have to disagree with that. I think they're going to absolutely win the AFC South next year and make the playoffs.
Mike Vrabel is players love him, and obviously, look what fucking Tannehill did in half a season over there. Like, imagine he'd started the whole season. They could have been number one seed. How he played. So they're going to run the ball as long as they get Derrick Henry back. He signs and everything. As long as they run the ball and play defense, they're going to be solid. So, and AJ Brown's could have a breakout season. I think me and Josh both agree on that. He was just banged up a little bit last year, but if he has a healthy season, he'll be a monster.
Man, that's the guy that I've been targeting a lot in mock drafts lately.
Yeah.
By the way, mock drafts, we'll be doing that here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Still waiting for Sleeper to fix things on bye weeks. It's really weird. On apps, the bye weeks are not showing up at all. They're still showing the old bye weeks on desktop. They show the bye weeks, but once you draft them, you don't see them. You don't see the bye weeks on your players for your roster, so that way you can make sure you're not drafting guys on the same bye weeks on every fucking pick. So, once they clear that up, soon after that, we'll start rolling out with some fantasy mock draft videos and talking fantasy football. We could talk some now if you guys want.
Yeah.
AJ Brown, that is a guy that's gonna be a guy I'm looking out for, and hopefully I'm able to draft him, but I'm not gonna overdraft him. I think because people started noticing in mock drafts that I'm loving AJ Brown, right?
And they started taking him a lot higher.
And they started taking him so much, like almost 2 rounds earlier than maybe he should. And then I'm like, okay, you want to do that? You want to play that game? That's fine, because there's these other guys. There's plenty of guys that I like too. So you go ahead and do that.
See, that's what's funny is people will see. They'll see us drafting these players, and I noticed this last year too when we actually did a lot of those mock drafts, and then when we went into our actual drafts for our leagues, so many people were taking players a little bit too high, like players we want, and it cracked me up. Like we take players, like even if we think this guy's gonna have a breakout year, we're not gonna take him and draft him too early because we think that doesn't mean it's gonna happen, right? These are like, okay, this is what we think, but sometimes they're safer bets, right? So you want to take the safe bet sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. One guy that's been a tremendous value for me in mock drafts right now.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this will change by the time we get closer to the real thing. Probably will. A lot of things will change. But Juju Smith-Schuster, I mean, where you're able to draft him right now, with Big Ben coming back, and him, if he's like I said, if Big Ben is fully healthy, I'm loving the value you're getting for Juju right now. I'm like,
he's falling pretty far.
Okay.
And you gotta see, sometimes people forget that it's about value. Where you take players. To me, like is that's what people aren't understanding. Now, I know you're big on AJ Brown. I'm pretty big on him too. Now I will say a quarterback that I'm pretty big on. I kind of hinted at it earlier. I have a feeling Drew Lock might have a good solid season, man. Drew Lock.
I mean, he's got a plethora of fucking weapons. He's got so many weapons.
I think Drew Lock and my sleepers this year are Drew Lock and Josh Allen. I think they both could have fucking.
Josh Allen's definitely not a sleeper. This dude's being taken as like a top 5 quarterback, top 6.
He should be
quarterback right now.
Should be.
That dude is ridiculous. Yeah, I'll gladly take Josh Allen in the 7th, 8th round. I'll take Josh Allen
because me. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, me, I want to get Dak, but now after what Dak did last year, everybody's taking him high.
Oh yeah, I see him going in the 3rd round sometimes. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Remember last year I was taking him literally like the last pick in almost every single draft. I was taking him as my backup quarterback, knowing I thought he was going to be my starter.
Got a couple donations here from IR. One from IR says, "How do you think the Bears will do, Josh?" I think the Bears can win the division, the division, depending on the consistency we get at offensive line and the quarterback. If we could just run the ball more, our defense is going to be stout next year. We all know that. So I think we have the potential to win the division and make the playoffs. Yep. So I'm going to say 11. I say 10 to 12 games we win next year. We appreciate the donation. Wild to the $2 donation. Question for y'all: who gets more wins, 49ers or the Baltimore Ravens? I would say the Ravens because they have the easiest schedule in the NFL, and that team is just so fucking good. And they got better, I think, in the offseason.
I want to go Ravens too. I love J.K. Dobbins, man. I love this kid. Yeah. More and more I'm looking into him. I'm liking everything he's about. So, yeah, definitely Ravens.
But got another donation here from T Perez. Thank you, T Perez. Says, what's your take on Raiders signing Bears players? Hey, man, we just like sending players back and forth. You guys have Nick Witkowski now. I think that was such an underrated move. You guys are gonna love him. I love Nick Witkowski. I want to keep him in the Chicago Bears. He's gonna be great for you guys.
Yeah.
But it's incredible the connection we have. The Bears and the Raiders. A lot of business being put up between us two.
No, not just the Bears. Cowboys too. They signed Malik Collins. They signed Jason Witten.
That's right.
Who else did they sign?
They want our players.
For real.
Bears and Cowboys.
It's crazy. It's kind of funny.
How you doing, Bobby? Back to fantasy quarterback for a second, though. Yeah. I want to put this out there. I cannot wait, Sean. I can't wait. I can't wait to walk in. Hopefully,
Hey, Josh, you froze, by the way. Real quick, you froze.
Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Hold on.
Last time
I
you
don't
had
know
to
why
unplug and plug
I don't know
back
why
in.
it freezes my camera.
I don't know.
Hold on. Hold on. Let me unplug it and plug it back in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Mick. Yeah, they signed Jeff Heath too. I totally forgot about that. I don't even consider him a former Cowboy. Fuck that guy. I want to erase Jeff Heath from our fucking history of our team. I fucking hate Jeff Heath. Fucking bum ass motherfucker.
Let's see. Let's put this back on. All right. Do you see me now?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
All right. So what were we saying?
So what I was saying,
mm-hmm.
as long as we're able to, right? Mm-hmm. I cannot wait to walk into our draft room for our money league, which this is going to be our 10th season.
And our personal.
Sean and I have ran this money league for 10 years now coming up.
Yes.
And I cannot wait to walk into that fucking draft room because we do it live in person every single year.
Yep, we do offline draft. Yep.
Offline draft. So I cannot wait to walk into that room and talk so much shit. Why? Because I'm the fucking champ. Not only am I the goddamn champ and I took home $700 fucking dollars, but also last year, so many people were talking shit about how I was drafted.
I remember that.
Last year, we're drafting, right? We're in the middle of our draft. Like I said, we do it live every single year. And, me and Sean, for the most part, again, it all depends on how the rhythm of the draft goes.
Yeah.
But for the most part, Sean and I like to wait on our quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
We like to wait around seven and beyond.
7 to 9. Yeah. 7 to 9 is usually on average. But yeah.
But last year, because of Patrick Mahomes and everything like that,
oh god,
people started drafting quarterbacks a lot earlier,
way too early.
So people started going for quarterbacks, right?
Yeah.
And so it was like around round 8 or something like that, and I still didn't have a quarterback. I think I was the only one who didn't have a quarterback at this point.
Yeah,
and everyone's like, Josh, are you going to draft a quarterback? What are you doing? And I'm like, while you guys are drafting quarterbacks, I'm taking up all this talent over here. I know what I'm doing. I know the value of quarterbacks in a 10-man league.
Yeah.
I'm good. And everyone's laughing at me. And I'm like, oh, okay. All you motherfuckers, like fucking like Denzel Washington.
I wasn't laughing at you.
Like Denzel Washington in Training Day. I'm like, all you motherfuckers. All right, you know what? And I said right there in that draft, I said, you know what? I'm going to wait until the last pick to draft a quarterback. And then like, what was it? Nick's dad was like, please do. Yep. Please do. And I'm like, I will, motherfucker. I'm going to take a quarterback at the last fucking pick.
Hey, I want to clear this up. I didn't laugh at you. I was laughing because I knew you were going to follow through with it. Everybody else was laughing thinking you wouldn't.
Okay.
But I knew you would.
And I'm like, I'm going to take a quarterback with my last pick.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, and I'm going to win this motherfucker. And when I do, I'm going to come here and I'm going to talk so much shit.
Dude,
so as the rounds start going,
they
start going, wow, he's really not taking a quarterback. Wow. Okay. Round 10,
Yep.
Round 11, round 13. What the fuck? He's not taking a quarterback. This dude's really doing this shit.
Yeah.
So it gets to the last pick, and I take Jameis fucking Winston with my last pick.
Yep.
I'm laughing. Everybody's laughing because I finally take a quarterback, and I'm like, just watch. Now, the league starts, and I start off 0-4. And I'm like, oh, my God. By the way, I had a stacked roster. I had Julio. I had Godwin. I had Derrick Henry. I had a great fucking team, right? But the thing was, and some of you guys probably could relate to this, my team for like the first like 6 weeks was very Jekyll and Hyde. I'd have a couple of guys go off, and then I'd have other guys
Everybody else do shit. Yeah.
And then I'd play somebody who would score a shitload of points.
Yep.
And I'd take the fucking L.
Yep.
I'm 0-4, and I'm like, oh my God. I started looking back in our league's history, and I go, has literally anyone ever started off 0-4 in this fucking league?
Yeah.
Like, it was our 9th season last year. I'm like, has anyone ever started like that? No. And then we're 6 weeks in, and I'm 1-5.
Yep.
1-5. The season looks like it's over, but Sean and I do not believe in giving up.
Nope.
I don't care if you have a stacked team, if you have a shit team, you don't fucking give up. You don't give up. You put in the work. You work that waiver wire. You try to make trades happen, and you try to do the best you can.
Yep.
I didn't give up. And then once we got to about, week 8? I'd say?
Yeah. I think it was week 8. Yeah.
Week 8, everything clicked. All of a sudden, my stacked roster started working in unison. Also, by the way, on my roster, I had Le'Veon Bell, and he was maddening. Anybody who can relate who had Le'Veon Bell on the roster last year, he was maddening.
I won't touch Le'Veon Bell this year. I will not fucking do it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Adam Gase, by the way, says he wants to even lower his work even more now going into this season.
Yeah,
because he's confident about the other guys on the roster.
I'm not touching him with a 10-foot
keep that in mind.
Yeah,
keep that in mind, guys, for Le'Veon Bell. But all of a sudden, my team started clicking.
Yep.
And like after that week 8, I didn't lose another fucking game. I went on a fucking win streak.
I remember. I think I called you up. I think it was like 2-3 weeks before the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I was like, Josh, you have a chance. Because at first you were winning.
I had to win out. I had to win every game.
And you had other people
had to lose. Last 5 weeks.
Yeah. And I was like, Josh, you have a chance, bro. You're like, for real? I'm like, dude, you have a chance to be 6th seed. And I remember, and you were like, oh shit. I was like, dude, you can fucking make it. And the funny thing is,
never give up.
Never give up. And because that's how it works though. Sometimes you started off 0-4, and remember my team, I was like best team all the way up until week 8, and then all of a sudden my team just crashed.
Our teams met at week 8 and said, okay, you go this way, I go that way.
Yeah. I was the number 1 team in the league. I was projected to be number 1 because ESPN had that where you could see projections, and all my players, I had a dominant team, and they just shit the bed. So it's it doesn't matter. You never know what might happen. You never know.
Yep. And so I went to the playoffs, made it.
Mm-hmm.
That was incredible. And I made a run in the playoffs, and I didn't lose a single game after week 8, week 7 or something like that.
No, you couldn't.
And I won the championship, and I'm like, oh, thank you, because I said it, and now it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna walk into that conference room, that draft room, that war room, and I'm gonna talk so much shit. And as a matter of fact, did I make a bet with anybody? Did I make a fucking bet with anyone? I'm trying to figure that out. I
don't know if you did. I can't remember. It's been over almost.
I don't remember if I said okay, and if I do, you guys gotta owe me a round of beer or something like that. I don't forget if I had a bet with somebody.
I don't remember
or not. But I won the league with taking a quarterback as the last fucking pick in a money league, and our money league is crazy.
Yes.
So many people over the years have quit our money league because it's so intense, and we take it so fucking serious, and we are sharks in that fucking league.
Oh yeah, yeah. We people have told us man, y'all take this serious. I'm like, well, yeah, we fucking want to win. We're competitive motherfuckers, and this is for $100. We buy in for $100. The winner gets $700. How are you not taking this seriously, bro? That's $700 goddamn dollars. I don't want to be last place. Yeah, fuck that.
But hopefully,
serious.
Hopefully,
we have fun though. It's not like we have no fun.
Yeah. We definitely have fun. As long as Nick doesn't win, we're all good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Fuck Nick. Not Nick Howard.
Not Nick Howard.
We have a friend named Nick who's a Vikings fan.
Yeah.
Fuck that dude.
We love him, but fuck him because he's one of those guys that comes in and just I'm not gonna say anything. You know who's getting undervalued a little bit. Those get a little undervalued. Dalvin Cook. Dude, I've seen Dalvin Cook go in the 2nd round, and here's the thing. I think overall, talking overall, I think he could be top 5 overall, and he's going in the 2nd round. One time, actually a couple of times, he fell to me late in the 2nd round. I'll take him early 2nd round, right? Him falling to that point, I'm taking him early 2nd round. I think I took him early 2nd round last year or mid 2nd round last year in our Content Creators League. Yeah. And he went off for me, man. Remember that shit? He was fucking for me. I had Dalvin Cook in a few leagues. He was great. And then he got hurt. But Dalvin Cook, man. Yeah. I would put Dalvin Cook over Alvin Kamara. I'd put Dalvin Cook over Derrick Henry, over Aaron Jones, over Nick Chubb. I think he's right up there with Zeke, Barkley, and McCaffrey. But I could understand why people don't take him over those guys because of his injuries, right? because of injuries. But if he's healthy, this motherfucker's up there with CMC,
Absolutely.
Zeke, and Saquon. Like
Absolutely.
hands down.
Now, Sean, who would you take?
Mm-hmm.
Joe Mixon or Eckler? Who would you rather have? Eckler or Joe Mixon in a PPR league? Both of them are good in PPR.
This is, I'm guessing, not considering Mixon's holding out, might hold out. So, damn, this is a PPR?
Yeah, PPR. Who would you rather have, Mixon or Eckler?
Damn, dude, that's tough. But I might go Eckler.
Go Eckler?
I might go Eckler just because of the Mixon is in a tougher division defensively wise. He's playing the Steelers and the Ravens twice. That's 4 games with top defenses. So I'm gonna go Eckler.
Okay. Man, I don't know, man. I'm really loving Joe Mixon this year, considering everything that happened last year. Didn't he finish what top 10 running back? So I don't know, man. This dude, with them fixing up that offensive line a little bit and having a decent quarterback and shit, I don't know. Joe Mixon could also be a stud, but I like both guys.
He could.
What do you think about Kenyon Drake this year? Kenyon Drake, is he being overvalued going into this season?
I could see him being overvalued a little bit, right? I could see that. Their offense line still needs a lot of help. They did draft an offensive line, but I could see why some people are thinking he's overhyped. At the most, I'm taking him as my number 2 back. He's not my starting back. 2 or third back preferably. But I could see that because they still need help on their offensive line, and he's in a pass first offense. So, yeah.
Jared Page at 2009. Why is Zeke ranked like 20th overall? What? No, I don't see anywhere where he's ranked 20th overall.
He's still being taken like top 5.
Yeah,
in most leagues. At the most, I've seen him fall to 6 or 7.
Overall, I'm still looking right now. Overall, I mean, on ESPN's rankings, Zeke's ranked 4th overall.
Yeah. Zeke,
according to Matthew Berry, actually, Dalvin Cook is 3rd overall.
What?
Matthew Berry. He is ranked 3rd overall. Dalvin Cook.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not big on Matthew Berry anymore. Matthew Berry gets 90% of his takes wrong nowadays. Like, I feel like this guy tries to go so outlandish just to sound smart if it happens. But he used to be the king of the fucking fantasy world. But yeah, thank you for the donation.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Also, another guy who I think is getting undervalued and is Chris Carson. I've been getting tremendous value for Chris Carson. I've been drafting him in the rounds 5 or 6.
Dude,
sometimes a couple times in the 7th round. Like, people are just avoiding Chris Carson on the play. Well, he fumbles. I'm like, he fumbled a lot last year, right? He had fumbling issues, but still, look at the numbers the motherfucker still put up.
Yeah.
Like, nah, I'll gladly put him on my team. He'll be a workhorse for my team, even with the fumbles. Even if you tell me he's going to fumble, have fumbling issues still this upcoming season, I'm like, well, look, he did that last year, and he was great in fantasy as a running back. So I'll take Chris Carson on my team.
You know,
don't sleep on Chris Carson. That's fine.
Another running back that
I'll take him over Le'Veon Bell. I'll take him over Le'Veon Bell.
No doubt. Another guy that I'm pretty big on, and I was actually big on him last year, but they still didn't really give him opportunity, which really fucking annoyed me. But I think Rojo, man, I think this guy, especially with Tom Brady there now, he's going to get a lot of looks. So, and Bruce, we all know Tom Brady likes to do those like slip screens to running backs. And I think that's going to be a key that Rojo is probably going to capitalize on. So I like Rojo, man. I liked him last year, and he had a few good games here and there, but I think this year could be a good year for him.
A good sleeping running back for me for fantasy, I think could be David Montgomery. I think David Montgomery right now, he's ranked 28th. I think he's ranked around 28 to 32 among running backs right now. And I'm like, I think this guy could finish top 15.
Yeah.
If he gets the ball, if they give him the rock, and the way his offseason training has been going, as long as that dude just gets the fucking rock. And we saw it last year when he got it. In the passing game, in the running game, when they gave him the opportunity, he made every fucking bit of use of it. He did great. Even with the shit offensive line, as bad as it performed, the dude was incredible. David Montgomery going around 30, amongst 30th ranked amongst running backs, could finish top 15.
Yeah. He could. Like I said, the only thing that might hold him back is one thing.
The use. usage.
Yeah. And now I've already expressed my opinion on that.
Um,
Footballer 503 wants to know about Mark Ingram, and I think this is a very. I'm glad you brought this up because I think this goes with a lot of running backs that are in those situations. Committees. Y'all are gonna have to understand when you come across a team with a running back by committee, like Mark Ingram's going to be in now. They drafted J.K. Dobbins, so they're going to give him looks, and he's
J.K. Dobbins. Yeah,
I wouldn't touch, honestly. I was huge on Mark Ingram last year. I took him in a lot of drafts. Josh knows that, and he worked out great for me.
Oh yeah. I think I've only in a couple of mock drafts I took him, and that was because the value was just like, okay,
exactly.
I'll take him.
If you can get him late, then yeah, but it's not worth taking him as your third back. Higher than third.
What's his name? So Ghost Guys, I don't want to take the risk on Montgomery. He screwed me a bit last year, and let's see, somebody else said something about Mitch Gibson's. I raced on Montgomery last year, and it fucked me. So that's another thing that I love about fantasy football from one season to the next. I love the fact that a lot of people took David Montgomery. I think out of all the 15 leagues that we were in last year, I think I had him rostered maybe one. Maybe one team I had David Montgomery. I didn't take him in any league, really, except for maybe one. I think actually – I think that was actually due to a trade. So, where I won out on that trade. But yeah, I'm so happy he burned you and some of these other players who burned some of you guys. And you're like, I'm not gonna touch him because of what happened last year. Good. Good.
That's the funny thing
because I'm gonna take advantage of that.
The biggest advice that me and Josh, we've been doing this for a very long time, guys, playing fantasy football. Biggest advice we can give every single one of y'all is do not take and bring transfer over feelings from the year before. Now we've all done it. Josh and me have done it. Like we're like, fuck that guy and stuff like that. But sometimes they may have a bad year the one year. They could have just had a down year. And the next year, all of a sudden they fucking go off. And that's why, even though I drafted Rojo last year and he fucked me, I'm still big on him this year because I know what he's got the ability of.
I mean, think about how many times they're going to
let that happen.
Yeah, think about how many times the Buccaneers are going to get in the red zone, Sean.
Oh, 100%.
All those red zone opportunities for him.
Yeah.
So that's going to be incredible. Craig says, David Montgomery is an amazing running back, but Chicago's O-line is absolutely garbage. And even though it was garbage, the dude still almost had 1,000 fucking yards.
Yep.
That's how good this dude is. He is amazing, Craig. And if we can get some consistency on our offensive line, and more importantly, he gets the goddamn carries that he deserves from Matt Nagy calling his number, this dude's going to do great. He's going to do great in fantasy.
He could. Now, Ghost, no. So I'm not saying the same thing about Le'Veon Bell. There's a difference between me saying this guy's going to get his opportunities versus Le'Veon Bell's not going to get the opportunities. It's not because of the talent or the situation. It's because of his coach. It's because of his usage. Gaze didn't want to sign Le'Veon Bell. He came out and acknowledged, I didn't want him. The GM they fired wanted Le'Veon Bell. Adam Gaze didn't. That showed last year when he would fucking do a quarterback goddamn run in the red zone rather than give the ball to fucking Le'Veon Bell. And now he's coming out and saying, oh, I want to lighten his workload even more. No, it's not the same as the Rojo situation. This is a situation of it's a shitty coach that fucking wants to prove a point and not want to give any credit to Le'Veon Bell. It's different. But no, now Todd Gurley, though,
right?
What are you thinking about him? I know a lot of people. He's falling drastically.
Oh, yes. Now, like where I'm able to draft him now in a lot of mocks, he's been like my fourth running back sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm fine with him being my fourth running back. I'm Gucci, man. I'm feeling really good about that because now, because getting Todd Gurley, drafting him is very high risk, high reward. So if I can get him as my fourth running back, dude, I'm almost at no risk, you know? If he fucking performs, he has, you know, it's hard to tell because he's got arthritis in his fucking legs and shit. But if he has a good season, oh my God. Now I'm just got tremendous value. I got a steal now on my hands. My team is overly stacked. And maybe I could think about trading and, you know, and
after he has a good couple of weeks.
Yeah, and just beefing up another area of my fucking team or something.
I would straight up take Gurley as my third or fourth back. This guy still has his talent. It's just, you know, hopefully he does well over there in Atlanta, and they got a shit ton of weapons over there. So I think he might not be a number one back anymore. Yep. But dude, get him as your third or fourth running back. He goes off a couple weeks, trade his ass.
Right.
Simple.
Absolutely. Oh, I love making trades. I love making trades.
Oh, yeah.
We get accused a lot. And we're talking about this before the draft, before this live stream. We're talking about how a lot of people think that we like to trade rape. First off, no. We don't go go out of our way to try to trade rape somebody. You know, that's not how we do things. And by the way, majority of the trades that I'm involved in, I'm not even the one who initiates it. People fucking will hit me up like, I want that player. He's my favorite player. Or I hate this player. I want him off my team. I'll take that guy from you. Like just ridiculous reasons why people put themselves in these trade rape scenarios that they offer to me.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, all right. So,
yeah, I try to tell people this, and I think people took this the wrong way when I say, when my first initial offer is I'm always going to throw undervalue in it. I'm going to undervalue and try to win the trade. But this is what people don't understand. That's a tactic of negotiation. When you go into anything, you go in for, and this is a life lesson. This applies to life. When you go and apply for a job and they offer you a salary, you ask for more, and because they're going to offer you the lowest they can offer you, and then y'all meet in the middle. Because that's the point of negotiation.
Why am I going to have to do work for you? Because fantasy football is all about testing one's knowledge over somebody else, right?
Yep.
Me versus you. Who knows football or can project football better in fantasy football, right?
Yep.
And I want to try to take advantage of those situations as much as I can and try to come out on top.
Yep.
That's what I want to do. And not trade rape. There's a difference between trying to win a trade and trade raping somebody.
Yes.
You know? There's a complete difference in that.
Trade rape is more like this guy doesn't know fuck about football and or anything. Oh, not even just that. Like you straight up send them some bullshit players and they don't know what the fuck is going on and they accepted it. You know?
Absolutely.
But you got to negotiate. And I feel like these kids just expect you to send them an offer that's going to be 100% make sense to them. Like,
oh yeah. Some people think, wait a minute, you just sent me a trade offer that I don't flat out win out outright. So why did you send me that? You try to trade rate me? Like, no, I didn't.
I'm hoping you fucking counter offer and then we come to a middle ground. Like, let's talk this out, buddy.
Michael's actually yours with the $2 donations. Josh, do me a favor and never say Gucci again. JK.
Did you say Gucci?
We're all Gucci, man. We're all Gucci on that one. Craig says, can we talk about the thanks for the donation, Michael.
Thank you, buddy.
Craig says, can we talk about the absolute unit of rookie talent that is going to smash fantasy football this year? I've never seen a rookie class that could make as big of waves. So let's talk about CeeDee Lamb. Let's talk about Jalen Reagor. Let's talk about Ruggs.
Robbins. J.K. Or Dobbins. J.K.
Dobbins, yes. Yeah. No, here's a guy that I really love. I'm more and more, right? Clyde Edwards-Helaire. This dude.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I've been
trying to get him.
I'm seeing Le'Veon Bell being taken over him. I'm seeing Le'Veon Bell, Todd Gurley. I'm seeing Melvin Gordon. I'm seeing David Johnson being taken over him. And I'm like, ooh, let him fall. I want this dude, especially in a PPR league. I'll take him because that's going to be the back. I know they have Damian Williams over there, but come on. We saw Damian Williams and Helaire. I mean, they want him to be the guy, you know, and he's going to be the guy.
Patrick Mahomes literally told Andy Reid, I want Helaire over here in Kansas City. That's why they drafted him. He said, I like this guy. I think he fits us. I want him. And that's why they drafted him. No, hands down, that's the highest rookie I'm taking is Helaire. Hands down.
And as far as the rookie wide receivers, the guy that I would take first would be Ruggs, I think. The reason why I would take Ruggs is even though I don't think he's as good as
any other receivers.
CeeDee Lamb is part of a stacked offense.
Oh, yeah.
You've got CeeDee Lamb. You've got Amari Cooper, who's still the man over there. You've got Michael Gallup. You've got the running game of Zeke, you know.
Yeah.
And then your tight end should get also a lot more work this year. What was his name? He was really good.
Blake Jarwin.
Blake Jarwin, yes. I like him a whole lot. So a lot of mouths to feed over there. Ruggs, I think Gar is going to fall in love with Ruggs. He's going to go to him a lot and early often. So out of the rookie wide receivers, I would take Ruggs out of all of them.
No, I would too. He's the number one option there. CD obviously is not. So you always want to take the number one receiver in any offense over a second or third guy. And me and Josh stand behind that, unless it's just one of those fucking offenses like the fucking Denver Broncos had all those years ago, where they fucking everybody was like fucking getting 10 touchdowns a year, over 1,000 yards.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Ghost Skill brings up a good point, man. And here's
What?
a guy who I have not seen drafted at all in any mock draft.
Yep.
And you know what? I haven't drafted him either because, I got some tricks up my sleeves too. But I'll share this one little tidbit. I didn't have to read this one out loud. I didn't have to say this one. But Ghost Skill says, I would take Justin Jefferson before Lamb and Judy fantasy-wise. So, maybe maybe he is the better between all those guys. We'll see what the usage is going to be. But Justin Jefferson, this is a guy a lot of people have not been talking about at all in doing the already probably close to 100 mock drafts I've seen already. Remember, they shipped out stuff on Diggs. They have Thielen. He should have a bounce back season. I'm fully expecting that. And this dude's a monster, right? But Justin Jefferson, he's going to get a ton of work.
Yep. Oh, definitely. And everybody's going to be focusing on Adam Thielen. The safety's going to be over top of him. The linebackers are going to be favoring that side. Justin Jefferson could have a great year. He's going to get some single coverage looks. So I think he's going to have a good fucking solid year. Definitely. And Arturo says, what about Pittman Jr.? Oh, I think Michael Pittman Jr. could also too. But that varies so dependent. The reason why I wouldn't take Pittman, I'd maybe wait for waivers, is because of the simple fact what Phillip Rivers are beginning. And will fucking T.Y. Hilton stay healthy? Because if T.Y. Hilton's healthy, all the attention on him, Pittman will get a lot of looks.
Hot Take Hawkins says, Josh and Sean, who do you guys think will get more action in Denver, Lindsey or Gordon? I can't see how they give Lindsey a smaller role now. He has been so good. That's going to be really interesting, man. Now they have Melvin Gordon in that backfield. Man, that's tough. Because Melvin Gordon – I didn't see this dude regress really in talent, No. He sat out most of the season and he came back.
A little rough start because he had to get shape.
Yeah, because it's football, right?
And plus that offense looked shit last year, honestly. The whole offense.
So that one is really tough to say. It's going to be a committee. And
I would take Gordon over Lindsey.
Because we've seen this. This dude is a monster, especially in pass catching
and in the red zone, dude.
And this dude, his yards after contact, it's incredible.
Yeah,
it's been incredible.
But I still wouldn't take Gordon. I would still take Gordon as a third running back.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna take Lindsey. I'm not taking Gordon. I'm not taking Mark Ingram as much as I can. I'm gonna try to avoid that situation. I'm not taking those guys in those committees. I want to avoid that a lot.
Because honestly, what might happen with Lindsey and Gordon is whoever gets a hot hand is going to probably stay in the game.
Yep.
And that scares the fuck out of me. I don't want that. So I want consistency. I don't give a shit if Gordon goes off for 25 points like every 3 games. I would rather have a guy that goes off gets a consistent 15 to 18 points every game rather than getting 25 or 30 points every 3 games. Consistency is key.
Also, I want to talk about tight ends this year a little bit. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
So typically, kind of like quarterbacks, Sean and I kind of wait on tight ends and quarterbacks.
Oh, hands down.
But I don't know if I'm necessarily going to do that this year with the tight end position.
Oh, there's
I was looking at the stats last year, right? And now one of the reasons why Sean and I just don't really, take a tight end, before round 6 or 5 is because, the drop off isn't all that big between the number 1 guy and the number 10 guy. But that is not the case last year. No. The drop off after the top 5 is drastic. I'm talking like almost a double of points between number 1 and number 10. Yeah. So if you don't have a Kelsey, a Kittle, a Zach Ertz, or a Waller, or Mark Andrews, those guys are going to outperform everybody else by a good margin. Yeah, by a good margin. Those guys are tremendous. Having those guys, especially in a PPR league, it's having like a wide receiver 1, honestly. So this year, I might, have to go tight end in round 4 or 5 and grab me an Ertz, grab me a Mark Andrews, a Kittle, or a Kelsey, and I've been doing that a lot this year. Now, a tight end that's closer towards like the around the bottom of the top 10 or whatever, that could sneak their way into the top 5. A guy that's been falling in a lot of mock drafts is Tyler Higbee. So of all these other guys, because Noah Fant, I think he's going to have a good season, right?
He's going to have a good season, yeah.
But it's going to be a lot of mouths to feed. TJ Hawkinson, tremendously talented dude, but you know, he's got that, he had that injury last year. And then how is he going to be used? You got Rob Gronkowski coming back. Gesicki, he's really good as well. And I mean, there's a lot of good tight ends this year. A lot of good tight ends.
There's actually some good depth.
But one of those guys who's in that good category that could perform into that like top 5 would be Tyler Higbee. Otherwise, it's Kelsey, Kittle, Ertz, Waller, Andrews. That's your top 5.
I would also say there's 2 other guys that I'm big on that are late, right? That I'm still waiting late, Josh, because there's 2 guys that I think that are going to have a solid year. But they honestly, when I've been doing these mocks, I keep forgetting sometimes to go after them. But Jarwin first, and maybe I'm a little biased, but
Jarwin, okay.
I think we saw whenever he did get a lot of looks, he put up numbers. Whenever they fucking benched Jason Witten, and this guy who got traded to a team that needed a tight end, and I think that's Hayden Hurst. Yes, I like him. I like him.
I mean, he's going closer towards the top 20.
Yeah,
Hayden Hurst right now.
It's crazy. I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So go ahead. So in this year's fantasy drafts, I for the first time might go tight end before round 5. I might do that because having a Kelsey, a Kittle, a Mark Andrews, or a Darren Waller is like having a wide receiver 1 in a PPR league. They're that productive in fantasy. That's the kind of numbers that they're putting up. If I can't get those guys, if they go early, then I'm just going to wait. I will wait then. And I'll grab me a Tyler Higbee. I'll grab me an Evan Ingram even, or a Noah Fant, or a Hawkinson. I really like Mike Gesicki. And then Hayden Hurst. That's a really good sleeping tight end right there. Someone said Trey Burton. We don't talk Trey Burton in this fucking chat. Fuck him. I get tight end late 3rd, to be honest. So late 3rd. So you're probably getting yourself a Kittle or a Mark Andrews. But yeah, that's my thinking on tight end going into this year, because like I said, in years past, me and Sean have been playing for like over 10 years of fantasy together, and we typically wait till around 7, 8, or 9. 7, 8, and 9, that's when me and Sean start thinking about quarterbacks and tight ends. But this year, I think I might go with a different strategy, but it all depends on the flow of the draft. If I can have a great scenario, if I can get a Mark Andrews in round 4, I'm feeling goddamn great about it. If I can get Mark Andrews in round 4 or 5, I will feel fucking great. If not, give me a Tyler Higbee like around round 9 or so, round 9 or 10. I'll do that. Josh, is it safer to get OJ Howard or Gronk? I would get Gronk. If you're going to get Gronk or OJ Howard, if you're going to go with one of those guys, get yourself a backup tight end. Otherwise, if you have Kelsey, Kittle, Ertz, Waller, or Andrews, don't go and get yourself a backup tight end. You don't need that. I've seen a lot of people do that. Don't do that. And if you have Patrick Mahomes, or Lamar Jackson, or Dak Prescott, or Kyler Murray, don't get another quarterback. I've seen that happen almost every fucking mock draft that I've done so far. Don't do that. If you have a Tom Brady, yes, you're going to want another quarterback, right? But don't take a backup quarterback if you have one of those elite quarterbacks. Don't take a backup tight end if you have one of those elite tight ends. There's other fucking players to get. And if you are late in the draft and you're like, I don't know what else to get, so I'll just get a backup tight end or quarterback, I want you in my league because I'm going to take advantage of that shit. And I'm going to fucking grab me a great running back, a great wide receiver, and you won't have that. And you'll pay for that later. Always remember to always flex your tight end. So that's great. Well, me and Sean, for our flexes, we never add tight end to our flex ever. It's always running back and wide receiver. We never add tight end to our flexes. Not really. Disley will definitely play more than Osen. 7 or 8 wins, I say, for Patriots. I would love that. That'd be hilarious. Oh, what's up, MG? What's going on? MG's in the house.
What's up, bro?
Yep. So, yeah, I was just telling him, Sean, that for flex, we don't do tight ends. We do not add tight ends for flex.
Hate that shit, dude. I hate it because you'll have that one guy that takes 4 tight ends.
Craig says I had Kelsey and Kittle during Kittle's breakout season. That was damn dream at flex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. We're not gonna do that.
We don't do that.
Don't like that. Don't like that.
Receiver and running back at flex. That's it.
Chaos says I see Bears winning 6 games. That's fine. That's fine. It's not one of the worst takes you've ever had at all, but that's okay. Ghost Kittle says I also had Kittle in his breakout season. I forgot who had Kittle in our money. I think it was. I don't remember. Was it Corn? I think it may have been Corn who had Kittle.
Actually, could have been.
Yeah. So Iowa tight ends, man, says QC.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're a different breed, and
they are.
Our tight end that we drafted, can fucking be good, man.
Yeah.
This year. Not for fantasy, of course, but just in real life. I drafted Kittle in all my money leagues for his breakout year and got Waller late in my league last season. See, if you have 2 beast tight ends, trade them. Trade one of those dudes.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You got to get good value out of them. But, all right. So, did we – you know who else that had a promising little bit of spark last year but then never, like, really got it going?
Cool.
Tight end-wise? Jonnu Smith, Tennessee Titans.
Jonnu Smith, okay.
Like, whatever happened to him? I remember he had a good stretch there for, like, 2-3 games where he started putting up solid numbers and just disappeared. I don't know what happened with him. I don't know why. I think I thought he looked good, but you know, I don't know why. I don't know if he just stopped getting looks or what. I can't remember off the top of my head. So, I just know something, Josh. Njoku dropped drastically in the rankings. He's ranked 33rd among tight ends.
Yeah.
What?
And that's because he's going to be, expected to be touchdown dependent. Hooper's going to be your guy who gets the catches. He's going to get the yards and shit like that. And Njoku is going to be touchdown dependent.
But wouldn't it? I thought it would be different. I thought it'd be the opposite because isn't Austin Hooper more of a taller guy and Njoku's more athletic? Wouldn't you want to get the ball in Njoku's hands in open field versus Hooper's? That's what I would want. I don't know.
We shall see what they do, but that's the expectation right now with those 2 guys and how they're going to be used.
Yeah.
Michael says, "Jim, with $3 donation, are you guys going to watch that Clippers documentary?" Yeah, dude. Sports documentaries. Oh, they're doing a documentary about that whole controversy that happened with the owner. Remember when he said that racist ass shit and it got it leaked out and everything?
Yeah. What's controversial about it? What's the documentary going to be about? I thought
it's going to be about that whole situation. Like they're going to interview all the players of the Clippers and some of the people and just like that whole situation because that was wild. That was crazy, man. So yeah, man, if it's a sports documentary, I'm all over it. I don't care what it's about. I've watched 30 for 30 sports documentaries about NASCAR, about golf, sports that I don't give a shit about. I just love documentaries in general. I love sports, so I'm up for any sports documentary.
Yeah, definitely. GGSP with $5 donation, Josh. He says, look at Jared Cook. He was mediocre at the start of last season, but he had 7 touchdowns in the final 8 games and nearly 500 receiving yards. That's receiver 1 category. Oh, no. I was huge on Cook last year. I took him in a couple leagues, and he started off so slow. And maybe that was because Drew Brees didn't get hurt in the beginning of the year. I think he was hurt week 4 when he played Dallas. I know that for a fact because we played Teddy Bridgewater. So maybe that had something to do with it. But yeah, Jared Cook is. We know Drew Brees will throw to his tight ends, so maybe.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely, man. I just can't wait for fantasy football. Can't wait, and for the NFL season to start on time, man. Definitely need it. Definitely need that, man. Definitely needed that.
I think it's going to start on time. Thank God.
Us and a lot of the mods and people on Discord have been doing mock drafts a lot lately. We've been doing it for like almost a couple of months now.
Yeah,
it's just been that even before the draft. We just been that bored.
I saw that and I was like, "What are y'all doing?"
It's just to talk football.
But yeah,
just getting into talking football and just seeing how guys are just seeing how players are viewed in the eyes of others and just getting that sense. And I told the guys last week we were doing a mock draft. I was like, you know what? By the time things started getting into serious mode and we're doing real like mock drafts once the bye weeks are up, once the draft is happening, it's done and all the moves are done and made and we get into training camp. we're going to be fucking G's at this shit. We're going to know all these fucking players. We're going to see how they all trending up, trending down. We're going to see all this stuff because we're mock drafting like almost every fucking night.
Oh, yeah.
We're seeing all this stuff play out. And I'm like, it's good. It's good. It was kind of ridiculous. Yeah. I would have never done this before in years past.
Yeah.
I'm mock drafting in March, April, May. But
oh, no. Yeah. We used to never mock draft.
It's just nothing to do. And and those that have been doing it have been doing dozens of mocks with me, almost 100 now. You're gonna be fully prepared, fully prepared for the real thing.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I feel like this we need something to distract us. Fantasy football will give us that, like even without no fans in the stand and shit like that. Like it's we'll have more investment. We always have an investment in the football season, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. And plus, I don't want us to miss out on our fantasy leagues. Those were so much fun last year with our subscribers, even our personal league. Like we said earlier, it's our 10-year anniversary, which kind of sucks, Josh, because I know me and you, for our personal money league, we wanted to go big. Remember for our 10-year? We wanted to do a whole fucking setup. We wanted to do it like fucking
we wanted to go to Vegas. And everybody was down last year.
Yeah.
You know, a whole discussion about it. Everyone was like, let's go to Vegas. Fuck it. Let's go to Vegas.
Yeah.
Fucking rent out like an Airbnb or a fucking penthouse or something like that, and we'll do a crazy ass draft there in Vegas.
And even if you couldn't go, you're fucking Skyping in.
Yeah. So, you know, but then everything happened. The world changed. Craig says ESPN 30 for 30 taking a biscuit. How a former first round pick's name turned into a slang term for taking a shit.
God damn it, Craig.
Son of a bitch.
That's why we don't feed you.
Iris says, Josh, did you hear New York and California governor said sports will open? Yeah, we already talked about that earlier.
Texas is right up there, too, May 31st.
Hot Take Hockey says, not saying this is going to happen, but curious. If y'all don't have NBA to watch, would you watch the NHL playoffs if that came back and NBA did not? Again, not saying that would happen, but yes, I would. I would because I've heard the hockey playoffs are probably the best playoffs of any of the major sports.
Oh yeah,
and I'd be willing to give it a try. I'll watch and see what's going on.
I probably
wait. Will the Stars be in the playoffs?
That's what I was just about to say. So
I'd go to.
I'll probably watch and I'll try to go. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to have fans in the stands. Remember, Josh? But if they if they come back though, I would probably. I would invest in it if the Stars are in it, right? But if they're not in it, then I would watch, but I wouldn't really be invested, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you get what I'm saying? Like, I hope. I don't know where the Stars are. Oh, yeah, they're saying the Stars would be in the playoffs. Oh, hell yeah, then.
All right, so
be in it.
Texas said they would open up sports, right? So what if they – I don't know. They still wouldn't have fans in the stands, right?
No, they wouldn't have fans. It says no fans. With no fans. No fans. That's a requirement.
Yeah, I'd watch. One thing I'm not gonna watch is regular season baseball though. I won't watch that. I just don't give a shit. I don't fucking care, and no one's gonna convince me that it's even remotely entertaining to watch regular season baseball.
Man, you are
especially in early to mid season.
No, like
I don't care.
I remember we had some of y'all. We're like, y'all go out and stream some regular season baseball. We did, and.
No one gave a shit.
No one fucking gave a shit. No one tuned in.
Not a fuck was given.
I don't want to
at all
names. No,
at all.
Fucks were given, and that's when we're like, we're never gonna do a regular season.
Like World Cup.
Yeah.
World Cup. Josh, you're gonna love the World Cup. The World Cup.
No one tuned in. Like I don't mind the World Cup. No one's
let's do the World Cup. It was fucking diarrhea shit. World Cup. It was fucking garbage, and none of you guys gave a fuck, but maybe 3 people. Mm-hmm. It was fucking trash. I'll never do it again.
Nope.
Ever.
I'll watch it if they're
trash.
I won't. We're not gonna stream that shit.
It's the World Cup. Exactly, PJ. The World Cup. Don't ever try to convince me soccer is fucking interesting. It's not. It's not.
And Otis,
watch it. It's not.
It's not. Otis, no matter how bored we get, we're never streaming NASCAR. Never. I will literally just stand. Me and Josh will literally sit here and stare at the camera for 3 hours before we'll fucking stream NASCAR. Okay?
Hell yeah.
Like we'll literally, without even saying a word, we'll just stare and
Right.
look into your souls. Like we'll never.
I can't ever. I just can't. I can't think of a scenario
can't do it.
where I'd sit down and watch NASCAR. I remember back in high school. I remember, I think it was like in the summertime or whatever the fuck it was. And this is in Indiana where everybody's a fan of racing and shit. And I had this fucking friend, and he was like, "Hey, you want to come over and hang out, man? We'll get fuck. I got a bunch of weed and shit." I was like, "Yeah, come on, fuck that, let's go." So I went over to his house, and his dad was there, and his dad was they're about to watch NASCAR, and his dad didn't give a fuck if we got high right there in the living room with him. Didn't care at all.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh shit, cool." And he was like, "Yeah, my dad." Dude, he's like, "Bro, my dad's got some fucking. He's got some great weed. It's gonna fuck your shit up." But the thing is, you got to smoke it with him, and he's watching NASCAR, and you're gonna love it, Josh. You're gonna love it, dude. I was like, "No, it's boring as fuck. I can't do that. I can't fucking watch NASCAR." No, bro, let me tell you something, okay, bro? If you're high, you're gonna love it. It's gonna be great. You'll love it. You'll have a good time. You'll enjoy it. Okay, all right. Free weed, whatever. Okay. So I sat down on the couch, and his dad's this big motherfucker is like, "Yeah. Who's your favorite driver?" I don't watch this shit. You don't watch this shit? Where are you from? I'm from Texas. Oh, they got NASCAR. They got car racing in Texas. I'm like, yeah, we care about fucking football and shit. I don't give a shit about them.
Right.
And I got fucking high with my friend and his fucking dad, and I forgot what lap we made it to. I think it was like 35 or 40 or something like that. And I'm like, I'm blazed off my ass, and I'm like, I'm done. I walked up out of the house. I called one of my friends. I said, "Come pick me up. I can't do this. This is fucking trash." I even fucked up. NASCAR was not fun for me. It was just horrible.
Yeah. I can never
check me with cancer. I'll take that over watching an entire race of NASCAR.
Like I went to the Texas Motor Speedway. I've already told that story, and it was phenomenal going behind the scenes and seeing all this shit. But once the race started, me and my friend sat there for a good maybe 5-6 laps, and we're like, "You ready to leave? Because this is fucking boring." It was cool pre-race, right? And Josh has already mentioned his story with the pre-race parties he's been to. My dad's told me how crazy it is because he's gone to some pre-race parties, like people partying it up before the race. But I would never go to a race again. If anything, I'll go to the pre-race parties. That's it. Nothing else.
Let's see. You're so wrong about college football. No. The only way I like college football is when I'm really tired. I'm really tired, and I just got home from work, a 12-hour shift, and I just can't. Yeah. I can't seem to fall asleep. So what I'll do is I'll put on Roach's college football stream, and I'll go right out. I'll go right to sleep.
And now, everybody.
Boring.
We'll say this, okay? This is just our opinions. To each their own. If you like NASCAR, we're not fucking. That's you. If you like college football, that's you. If you like soccer, that's you. Everybody has their own thing. This is just what we think, okay? Don't get all butthurt or take it offensive. Just want to throw that out there because I feel like some people will.
I will highly recommend you guys using Roach's stream as a way of falling asleep. Great nightlight, his streams. College football is only appreciated by guys who truly like to analyze and love the game.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit. I think he's trolling.
Crazy Dog says, "I'd stream cornhole before I stream NASCAR." There you go.
I've watched a stream of cornhole. Or not like a stream, but I watched it on ESPN. They were showing that shit. That shit was like, it was crazy watching these guys fucking how good they were, but it got boring as fuck.
NFL, NBA, playoff baseball. That's where it is for me. Yeah. That's where it is for me.
Yeah.
I love NFL. I love NBA. It occupies most of my sports time. So there you go.
Yeah.
That's where it's at for me.
And we're
You
good.
guys like to watch golf and NASCAR and these other little sports? That's fine. It's cool.
Yeah.
Just not into it.
I'll play golf. Watching golf? Nah, I'm good. I'll go play golf though. But
cornhole is low key fun to watch. Oh Jesus fucking Christ!
It's not fun to watch.
Is it more fun to watch than Korean baseball, Rocha? You can't love the sport that much where you'll watch Korean fucking baseball.
I'm not gonna even say anything about that. I'm not gonna say anything about that. Football at 503 is asking, could you watch a full soccer game or MLB games? Which one would you rather watch?
I'll watch a full MLB game.
Yeah. Like, honestly, this is the thing. Me and Josh both can agree. Like, we don't like watching regular season baseball. But yet we'll go to a fucking baseball game. That's fun to go to.
Yeah.
To watch on TV.
I'll go to a baseball game. I don't give a fuck.
That's fun.
But, forgot boxing. Love boxing. Oh, yeah. And Trop says, glad you guys got into UFC. Enjoy the pay-per-view. Now UFC, that might be a thing that I really get into now. That's something that I never gave a shot. It just didn't appeal to me whatsoever. And it really, I'm not going to lie, it really irked me that people would say UFC is superior to boxing, which I could agree to a certain extent, with the fact that, a lot of fighters are going towards, mixed martial arts as opposed to boxing, right? The quality of fighters definitely favored by mixed martial arts and UFC. Mm-hmm. People don't really want to get into boxing these days. And yeah, it's more rigged than it ever has been, for sure. So I get all that. But give me a decent boxing match over any great card of the UFC still to this day. As much as I enjoyed it, I will take a fucking boxing over UFC. And I don't know if that's ever going to change. Mm-hmm. I just don't see it. Because for me, boxing is just more – it's just definitely more fun and interesting for me. Boxing. I'm an old school guy. That's where it's at for me. Boxing. Yep.
Arturo with a $5 says, when I go to Airbnb next year, guys, expect me to watch soccer games like around 7 a.m. No?
Hey, man.
I'm hiding that remote.
Hot Take Hawkins says, we got a donation here. Arturo says, that's the one you watched?
Yeah, I just read that.
Yeah. Okay, I just saw that. Mm-hmm. They appreciate the donation, man. And Hot Take says, for me, it has always been mostly hockey and basketball. Started watching football consistently in 2017, baseball on and off, soccer only up for the Euro and World Cup mostly. Mm-hmm. Everyone has their thing.
Yeah.
Boxing is nothing like UFC. I don't think UFC could ever be as big as boxing ever was at its peak. Like UFC at its peak versus boxing at its peak. Will there ever be a boxer? Will there ever be a UFC fighter? I don't that is going to be on the caliber of a Muhammad Ali, or a Joe Frazier or a Mike Tyson. Sorry,
no,
not going to happen.
No,
not ever going to happen. Conor McGregor, great fighter, great promoter, promoter. But compare him to Floyd Mayweather as far as promoting, as far as who people want to watch. Floyd Mayweather kicks everyone's ass. In any UFC fighter. Now, I'm not talking about just fighting, in the ring. We saw the fight. I'm talking about promoting and selling. Boxing will always be fucking king for me. Always. Yeah. And that's, you could it's never going to fucking change my mind.
Nope. But to each their own. The younger generation, obviously UFC was more popular than boxing. See, a lot of these younger generations weren't around for Muhammad Ali. They weren't around for when Mike Tyson it popped out. All these guys were just phenomenal, and you have no idea how
Sugar Ray Robertson, Sugar Ray Leonard, those boxing fights of the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Oh my God.
Lennox Lewis. Oh my God.
Craig said it earlier. There was he was talking about the heavyweight division. Oh my God. When the heavyweight division was king in boxing, it was that's the real reason why boxing fell off a whole lot because the heavyweight division died after the likes of Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson, all those guys. Once those guys are gone, the heavyweight division died. I mean, the after Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson,
Yeah.
I don't think I watched another heavyweight championship fight or any kind of fight until Wilder Fury.
Like Wilder Fury, don't get me wrong, that was a great fight, and we enjoyed it. We're not trying to take away from those heavyweights, but it's just a simple fact that most of the time right now in boxing, you only have pretty much 2 or 3 guys. That's it. And then, but it gets boring watching the same fighters go fight over and over and over. We're getting fucking part 3 of Wilder Fury. Part 3.
Yeah.
Like, okay, can we get someone else in there? Like, there's no exciting people coming up.
Now, here's one thing that I would say that UFC has over boxing pay-per-views, for sure, is that undercards, like, matches on the card that are not the main event, are worth watching. Yeah. Unlike boxing. Boxing, I mean, there were certain occasions where it wouldn't be the case, but for the most part, you didn't tune in boxing pay-per-view until the main event. You wait until 11 o'clock at night when that main event starts. But UFC, they there's more people, there's more fighters and shit like that. So you can put an overall better card. But again, like I said, overall still though, on UFC, the whole card gets trumped by a fucking one main event of a boxing fight. Of a big fight.
Oh, hands down. I remember when I'd go to boxing parties with my dad when I was a little kid. My dad was a single dad, so he'd take me along. And I don't remember any undercards. Like, they would have probably it on TV, but they'd all be hanging out, talking, doing whatever. No one would be watching the fucking TV until the fight, the main.
Exactly.
No one would give a fuck.
It goes because I honestly can't understand how you can like boxing over UFC. You get so much more. Yeah. So yes, in a UFC pay-per-view, you're gonna watch the whole main card, right? You're gonna watch all those fights, and they're probably gonna be really, really, really good. You know, and that's fine. But like I said, in a big time pay-per-view for boxing, so let's say Triple G versus Canelo Alvarez. Give me that one fight on that card, the one fight over an entire UFC card as a whole. That's how it works, bros. That's how it works. You get more, but the quality is better for a boxing fight, a big time boxing fight. Yeah, it's gonna get talked about more. It's gonna make more money. It's just better. Yep,
exactly. Arturo with the $2 says, "I just hate UFC does their pay-per-views, and starts later." Or I'm guessing he hates how UFC does their pay-per-views. Well, yeah, I don't know
how you have to get ESPN Plus and then you have to buy the pay-per-view.
I'm guessing that's what he's talking about. Yeah, that's pretty fucking stupid to me too. Me and Josh both agree on that. Yeah, and oh my god, what time did we get done with the UFC fight? It was almost 12. No, it was later.
I forgot.
Like,
I forgot. It was like probably like 12:30.
Yeah, it was fucking late as shit, dude.
Jared Page with the $5 donation. Thoughts on Aaron Jones? He's so good. Rogers even said, give it to Aaron Jones, but they just don't listen in Green Bay. Now they want 3-head monster. Yeah, Aaron Jones, man. That dude is an absolute star. I love that dude's game. Yeah. He's scary as fuck every time we have to play him. They don't want to give him the ball. They want to make it a committee. I'm fine for that as a Bears fan, but unbiasedly, he's the man. That dude is great.
He's a monster, but doesn't he have a history of injuries? Like, it wasn't last year his first full season, really?
I can't recall.
So it's like,
I don't remember.
I could see maybe why. And plus, if you think about it like this, like maybe they brought in another running back because Aaron Jones' contract's coming up due. So maybe they want to see if they want to give him a contract extension or see if something else works, you know? So, yeah.
Let's see. Oh, thanks, Jared. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
and
appreciate
Craig says, I'm fucking stoked for Wilder Fury 3. These boxers are masters at their craft. I would love it if Anthony Joshua stopped ducking, but Wilder Fury 3 is still an incredible fight to watch. I will watch it. Give me Fury once again for the sweep.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for Fury to fight Joshua because Fury is going to kick his ass. But no, boxing is such a fucking beautiful sport to watch. I mean, it's like you just said, Craig. It's a fucking masterful. You know, the craft that goes into it. And I'm not saying that that's not the case for UFC. I really did enjoy it. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate what these guys do, the amount of work that goes into it. And I do like the fact that you can get into a whole card of a UFC pay-per-view as opposed to a boxing where you just waiting for the main event, but still boxing over UFC, man.
Oh shit, Josh. We actually missed a donation here from Isaiah.
From Isaiah?
Yeah. He said, would you rather watch Korean baseball or NASCAR? Is neither an option? Like, Jesus Christ. I wouldn't want to watch either one, but
I have a third option. Can I just go in the garage, get an old record player, right, and put on a very depressing song and just have it loop? And then I sit in a rocking chair, and then after my 30th beer, I blow my brains out. Let's go with that option.
Yeah, or I would say go in the garage, and grab a bat, and beat the fuck out of Craig.
There you go. And Go says, I'm just saying, if you become a UFC fan, boxing becomes so much less. I don't think that's ever going to be the case for me, Ghost Skittle, unless there's literally no more boxers left. I don't think that's ever going to be the case for me because it's just a matter of it's just a difference of opinion. But for me, boxing is such a more interesting and more beautiful sport to watch than UFC. It's incredible. The footwork, the hands, I mean, it's just like the throwing, the punching, whatever. Yeah, it's incredible. I just appreciate boxing more. I always will. I just always will. Even if I really do get into UFC as much as you guys, I don't think that's ever going to change my opinion.
To me, I'll be honest. I don't think I'll ever get into really UFC like that. Ever. Yeah. I'm just not much of a contact sport combat sport kind of guy. Never really gotten into it. Like, it's cool to watch and I admire the craft, even boxing, but it's not something like it's like I get so obsessed with where I'm going to go into the backstories and look at all these stories and figure out their histories. I don't give a fuck.
You're not going to put together the top 10 UFC fights of all time. I don't think it can be done. And anyone who does, I think it's just reaching. There's no fucking way you're going to put together a top 10 of the greatest UFC fights ever.
Yep.
And then have the top 10 greatest boxing fights of all time. There's not going to be a comparison.
Nope.
One is absolutely, without question, more superior than the other. Without question. Give me those 15-round fights of those heavyweights back in the 1960s and shit. Like, get the fuck out of here.
I see. This is the problem too that I have is like in boxing, you're going to see it's so strategic in boxing. I know it is too in UFC, but like Josh said, you're going to see 10 to 15 rounds of just phenomenal, just back and forth.
When boxing was 15 rounds.
Yeah. Well, a chess play, like it's a chess match out there. But like even at UFC, like the championship rounds are only at most 5 fucking rounds.
What UFC fighter ever existed, right? That could take 15 rounds of being punched by George Foreman.
No, I can't.
Frazier.
Yeah, Frazier. Frazier. Yeah.
Who could take 15 rounds being punched by one of those guys?
Fuck.
And last, and not get knocked the fuck out after round 2. You know? Yeah. I don't know.
Well, we saw what happened when Conor McGregor tried to take on Floyd Mayweather, a guy that's
Floyd played with him
and toyed with him the whole time.
Because if he wanted to end it in round 1, he could have ended it.
Yeah.
Just like Conor McGregor, I'm sure would end it within fucking 15 seconds if they were to fight in an octagon.
Yep.
He toyed with him.
Yeah. Hands down.
Greg says Wilder might have him this time around. He admits he came out carelessly and didn't protect like he should have. Let him keep his equilibrium and control of his punches, and it would be amazing. I hope for that to happen, Craig. But give me Wilder all day.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. If Fury or Wilder, right? Or is it? Yeah, Tyson Fury is the one that won, right? So Wilder, if he can get his shit together, he's got one of the strongest punches since since Tyson, right? Mm-hmm. If he could clean up and add a little bit more polish to it, then yeah, he would. He could, but until I see it.
Kyle Kennedy says, what boxer could take a kick to the stomach and not cry? Okay, these guys, especially the older school guys, they would take kidney shots. They would take shots to the body, which is way worse than taking a shot to the head, right? Probably a guy who could take body shots by George Foreman or Joe Frazier, some of the hardest hitting boxers ever, or Mike Tyson. I think those guys could take a fucking kick to the midsection, to the body, and not fucking cry about it. I'm pretty goddamn sure.
And a King PJ says no boxer will last 5 rounds in UFC, and no UFC fighter will last one round in boxing. With a true boxer,
unless they wanted him to.
Yeah, unless they wanted him to. I'm talking about like to me, but I'll say this though, like trying to say honestly, I think it's kind of a stupid to really say, this guy boxers won't last or UFC. It's completely different styles of fighting. Completely,
yes,
it's
exactly
apples to oranges. Like
right.
None of us really talk about it.
Exactly. And Ghost says boxing is dying. No one ever said it wasn't.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We're not arguing that.
It has been said it earlier in the stream too. It has been for quite some time, and it sucks to see that, right? But we've been living in a generation now where kids are growing up and they want to be MMA fighters. Yeah, that's been the thing. It's been pop. It took over in the mid 2000s. MMA became just this global phenomenon. It took over contact sports. Between that and boxing, UFC is definitely the top dog, right?
Yeah.
And Ghost Kiddo says boxing will die. Give it 20 years and MMA will be miles ahead of boxing. Let me tell you this, Ghost Kiddo. Let's say that happens. Let's say after Wilder and Fury are done, Floyd Mayweather's finally done because apparently he might be coming back. Triple G's gone, and there are no more stars. Like there are no more stars in boxing. And then for 20 full-on years, UFC just absolutely kicks more ass than it already has been, on boxing as far as, being followed by people.
Yep.
At its highest peak, MMA will never, ever top boxing as it was in its highest peak in history. That will never be the case, Ghost. Never. And you know what? You just got to deal with it. Deal with it. MMA, at its height, it goes further than it is already. It still won't ever be as big as boxing was when it was in its heyday. Never.
You
never. Just like,
don't understand.
Like LeBron will never ever be the GOAT. MMA will never be as boxing ever was in its past.
Like I said,
never.
I agree with Josh, and I'm not like as much of into boxing as Josh is. Like I said, I'll watch it and I'll admire it, and I don't really get into it. But y'all don't understand how high on a pedestal and how much of an impact it had when Muhammad Ali
and culture.
And
culture. And exactly right, Sean. And because Ghost Kiddo says, how are you to know that it's the future? Just like we know we'll never see a fucking Michael Jordan. The LeBron James is fucking amazing, the second greatest player to ever play, and this dude can do things that Michael Jordan can't, and he will never be the GOAT. No one ever, ever fucking ever will be the GOAT over Michael Jordan. We know that. That is a fact. There will never be a Michael Jordan. Nope. Not just as a player on the court, but the effect he had in culture,
world,
and the effect that he had on the business. No one will ever top Jordan, and there will never be a Muhammad Ali. There will never be the equivalent in UFC to a Muhammad Ali, to a Mike Tyson, to a Joe Frazier, to a Sugar Ray Leonard. There will never be that equivalent. Never, ever.
Just think about it. When you see a player stick out his tongue during something, that's MJ. Oh, they're doing a Jordan.
Exactly. I'll be right back.
Yeah. When you see a boxer doing the little fucking shuffling of the feet in the ring, that's Ali. Like, no one will ever top that. Now, like I said, I'm not into either one, but I will respect the history, and no one will ever have the impact that Muhammad Ali had on the culture and the world. The world, Now, real quick, Football at 503 with $2. Do you think it'll take a losing season to fire O'Brien? I think it's going to take about 2-3 seasons. I honestly, I'm going to be honest. I think the Houston Texans, they are really behind Bill O'Brien. And I think it's going to take at least two straight losing seasons for them to fire him, because they don't want to look stupid for allowing him to do all he's done. So, but we'll see. But yeah, there was Michael Jordan. His name was Kobe Bryant. No. Kobe Bryant Don't get me wrong. Kobe Bryant was great, but he was not a Michael Jordan. Kobe Bryant was not Michael Jordan. Even though that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about, Ghost. Kobe, everything about him was a Michael Jordan, right? Even Michael Jordan says, if anybody, that guy was my carbon copy. He stole everything I did, all my moves. He did everything I did, but yet he still didn't have the same impact. Why? Jordan was on another level. No one could ever imitate and do what Jordan did for their culture and impact that he had on the game and on the world. And that's what we're referring to. Even if a player, just like Josh said, LeBron could do some things better than Jordan. And that it shows in his stats, but he'll never reach that pinnacle.
Now, what I would like to see, if a guy can dominate both sports, if a guy could be, a legit champ in the UFC, but also be a legit champ in boxing. I don't know if we'll ever be able to see that. I don't know if that's even physically possible, because you got to train your body to be, in a certain way for a sport. Remember, like in the documentary for The Last Dance, Michael Jordan, when he started training for baseball, he had to train his muscles and muscle memory and everything to be a baseball player and not a basketball player. It's completely different. Nick Howard says, I've trained in both. And the two are vastly different things. You can look for use or having one cannot be used in others. I don't care what anyone says. There's an adjustment phase that goes into each sport. Absolutely correct. 100%. Now, you guys also bring up this guy, Masvidal. Again, I'm a newbie to the UFC. I don't know who the fuck this guy is. I've heard his name before, but you guys are saying this is a guy who can go into boxing and be legit at it. I would love to see if that could ever happen one day, where a guy could do both sports and be legit at it and win a belt in both sports. That would be one of the coolest fucking things ever.
Because this is the thing you got to understand between boxing and UFC. UFC at the most are going to have is 5 rounds. So the conditioning isn't always there. We saw that with Conor McGregor, right? Conor McGregor was a pretty damn good striker in the UFC, right? Like Conor McGregor was known to be a striker, but yet we saw when he got in a boxing ring and you had to dance around that ring with fucking Floyd Mayweather, who didn't even put a lot of licks into him, right? Like it's not like he warmed down with his punches. Him trying to last a full boxing, that looked cold. A full boxing match, the stamina. You don't train yourself for that many rounds. Just saying.
Chaos says LeBron, what I would say, has had a more impact on the world than Jordan.
No.
That's because you are too young.
And
you
biased.
are too young. Did you not watch a documentary last night? What did they say about the before and after effect of Jordan and the effect that he had on the game? On a global scale, the amount of televisions, the amount of broadcasts that were happening in the countries around the world before and after Michael Jordan. He inspired so many fucking people across the world, especially with the Dream Team. And then those guys, they fucking came into the league, and then people were inspired by them. Dirk Nowitzki, right?
Oh yeah, Dirk is even chalks up, and a lot of these older players coming from overseas. If they say if that Dream Team didn't go around and play in these other countries, and these little kids didn't see these guys play basketball live, they would have never fell in love with it, and the European scene wouldn't even be anywhere close to where it is now.
Rocha says Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders have been the closest to doing it, to being legit in both sports. Bo Jackson was pretty good, right? I mean, I've seen highlights and stuff like that.
Yeah, Bo Jackson.
But
Bo Jackson was definitely.
Yeah, man. That'd be really cool to see if someone do that for UFC and boxing. But Chaos, you were 100% incorrect. This and I don't want to hear about opinion. It's not opinion. This is a fact, okay? And I'm not saying that LeBron James has not had an influence on players. He absolutely did. He's one of the greatest players to ever play the game. He was one of the biggest influencers ever. He is one. Dirk is one. Steph Curry is one. But to have a bigger impact on the world than Michael Jordan, you are without a doubt 100% incorrect. You are wrong on that one. Wrong.
Like you
flat out wrong.
Come out with proof. There's no proof of that at all.
Michael Jordan changed the shoe game, Sean. He changed the shoe game.
He literally has.
He set the tone for everybody else going forward.
He has his own shoe line. It's crazy. The Jordans, like, even like, I'm sorry, LeBron. Don't get me wrong, he's great, but it's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. You'll never. No one will ever touch Jordan. No one will ever touch Jordan. Sorry.
Absolutely. Craig says, here's the thing. A lot of people know who George St. Pierre is.
Okay.
Who John Jones is, who Royce Gracie is. But everyone in the fucking world knows who Muhammad Ali is. A ton know George Foreman and Joe Frazier.
And Mike Tyson.
Exactly. Muhammad Ali is a household name. There's a difference between being famous, Sean, and being a household name.
And being a legend.
You don't have to be into boxing. You don't have to be into boxing. And even though his last fight was decades ago, everyone in the fucking world knows who Muhammad Ali is in all four corners of the world. Just like in wrestling. You never watched a day of wrestling ever in your life. And you hate it, actually. You can't stand that people actually get into it. You'll never watch a minute of it. But everyone knows who fucking Hulk Hogan is. Everyone knows who Stone Cold Steve Austin is. The Rock. Everyone knows who they are. They are household names. They go beyond the sport. They are pop cultural icons. They are part of the culture, Sean. They will always be remembered. Forever and always.
Forever and ever. And
that's heroes.
That's what we're trying to explain. That no one will ever touch that pinnacle and how high they and high they hit and went.
Ghost Kiddo says no one is saying John Jones is bigger than Mike Tyson or Ali, but that's the point I'm making though. Because Ghost Kiddo, you're saying, well, boxing is dying. Well, yeah, it has been for a very long time, and UFC is top dog, right? It is, and you're saying it's gonna continue to kill boxing more and more. But the point I'm making to you is that UFC will never reach the height that boxing ever was. It will never reach the importance that boxing and boxers ever did. It will never happen. There will never be the equivalent to a Muhammad Ali in UFC. Never.
That's what he's saying. He's never accused y'all of ever saying, like, this guy's going to be bigger than Muhammad Ali. Those words never came out of his mouth. All he's saying is that that UFC at its highest point will never be at the highest point boxing was.
John Jones is amazing, but he ain't the same like he was years ago. And I haven't watched him. I've never watched John Jones. I've heard great things. I haven't watched. Is he still fighting?
Who?
Does this guy still fight to this day?
John Jones does, but apparently, like, a lot of people said his last fight. I didn't watch his last fight, but John Jones, back in his prime, he was probably the deadliest man on the planet, Josh. That's the one guy I liked watching, but apparently he's kind of lost a little bit.
Okay, so Ghost says you can't say that no one will ever reach that pinnacle because you don't know the future. I'm telling you right now, as a man that exists in 2020, I am telling you it will never fucking happen because there will never be all that. You don't understand. He wasn't just a boxer or the greatest boxer to ever live or the greatest athlete to ever live. He wasn't just that, Ghost. You got to look at everything. You got to look at the situation that arose during his time, the impact that he had, him not refusing to go to war. He wasn't just impacting sports. He was impacting real life shit. A draft. There will never be another draft in this country, ever. It will never happen, Ghost. There will never be a Muhammad Ali in the UFC world. Never be a Muhammad Ali in the boxing world. It will never happen. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm going to grab another beer, Sean.
And Ghost, he's saying, how do we know that a UFC fighter can't do that? Because just like we know no NBA player will ever touch Jordan in that regard. No one. Because sometimes it's the simple fact that someone's already done it. It's a simple fact that maybe someone's already done it. No one will ever do it because Jordan's done it. No one else can do it. It's like we know for a fact there's never going to be an NBA player that had an impact like Jordan did.
The word of the stream, the word of the day, Sean, is never. Never.
But,
never.
Hey,
okay?
Ghost, if that's what you want to think, that's
no,
fine.
It's not a thing. It's not an opinion. Bullshit. Bullshit. It's a fucking fact. Deal with it. It's a fact. There will never be a Muhammad Ali, and that includes the boxing world today, Sean.
Yeah.
There will never be in boxing another Muhammad Ali. There just never will be.
Yeah.
Even if there's a guy you could say like Floyd Mayweather, there's people who think that Floyd Mayweather is the greatest boxer ever because of what he's done in the ring and the fact that he's never lost, right, Sean?
Yeah.
There are people who think that Tyson is the GOAT as far as being a boxer. And that's fine if people want to think that. But as far as having a bigger impact, no one will ever top Muhammad Ali.
No. And Go Skittle, I understand what you're saying, skill over impact, but the simple fact that these people that we're talking about were such an icon for the sport, that puts it above anything. It really does. So
that's not a fact. It is a fact, James. It is a fact. Craig Sutton says the pinnacle of boxing was Joe Louis versus Max Schmeling. It was popular because it was U.S. versus Nazi Germany. Over 600 million people tuned in worldwide. No UFC card ever will reach that importance. Thank you, Craig, because the young heads just don't know. Even people our age, Craig, people around our age range still don't know that.
Nope.
The importance that some of these fucking fights, these boxing fights have had, because not just because of the fight themselves, but what was going on in the world behind it, John.
Yep. Oh yeah. Just that simple fact. Now, I see. Bigger Mike.
Hold on 1 second, Sean, real quick. Ghost goes, I'm not denying Ali's impact, but what you are denying is fucking Muhammad Ali. What you are saying is Muhammad Ali's impact can someday be surpassed by another fighter, and that you're wrong.
No,
I'm sorry, but you're wrong.
And see, Bigger Mike is over here saying impact is overrated in GOAT discussion, because this is the thing. Impact. We all just saw what Jordan impacted his teammates, how he impacted the game, and stuff like that. Like LeBron, yeah, he puts up better stats, but who would I take as a teammate? I'd probably take Jordan, straight up.
Absolutely, because you know what, you're probably going to have more fun being a teammate with LeBron James, right? You're going to have more fun being a teammate with LeBron James than you are with Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is a dick. You're probably going to want to punch his fucking face. You're going to want to fight Michael Jordan. But here's the thing you're not going to deal with Michael Jordan as your teammate. You're not going to lose in the finals.
This is what I'm going to say.
You're not going to lose. And when you get to the finals, your ass isn't going to lose. You're not even going to reach a fucking game 7.
No, I'm going to say this, okay? And this is a big reason why, okay? Like, you just made a good point there, Josh. LeBron, great teammate, man. It looks like a really fucking fun guy to play with, right?
Right.
But I saw this clip on Facebook today, and I'm not sure. This might have been in the documentary. I don't remember. I don't know because I haven't watched it. But it talked about Shaq.
Okay.
And him. No, it was a YouTube video. I don't think it was. It might not have been the documentary. But it talked about how Shaq, when he first came to the scene, and he was playing Orlando, and this was right when the Bulls and Jordan, and Shaq was trying to install his dominance in the NBA, but it was still Jordan's league.
Yeah. And
Shaq did this hard ass foul on Jordan. Like, he came to the rim, he tried to dunk on him, and Shaq was like, fuck no. And he fucking put his elbow into him, which would be a flagrant foul now. But back then, it was just a hard foul. Jordan fell to the ground and he was kind of hurt. But he got up, but he was like, fuck, because it's Shaq. And Shaq kind of walked up to him and was going to try to help him up.
Yep.
But Jordan came up to him and said, nah, don't ever fucking help anybody up after a foul. Don't help me up. Be competitive. That's a hard-ass foul. But don't ever help me up.
Yep.
That's how competitive Jordan was.
Yep.
That's the level. He's like, fuck you. I don't want – Jordan, on the other hand, Jordan's best friends with everybody in the league. How can you be going all out? Jordan had a hatred, not a true hatred, but he had a hatred if you're on the other team. He didn't want to be your friend. He wanted to beat the fuck out of you on that court. Not physically, but sometimes physically, but he wanted to beat your ass. He didn't want to be friends with you, right?
Yep.
And that's the difference. How are you going to be how are you going to go that extra mile or do that hard foul against a friend?
Right.
You won't. Sometimes you have to hard foul.
Exactly. Archer with a $5 donation. Why can't we just like both? I'm a diehard and more into boxing than UFC, but also like UFC. And I diehard boxing, and I really, really enjoyed myself in my first UFC pay-per-view, and I will be watching more, and I'm sure I'm going to get more into it. And the discussion isn't who should people like more, boxing or UFC, or which is better. That's not the argument we've been having for the last 30 minutes or so, 45 minutes. We're arguing about the impact of certain fighters or whatever that would have over the other, including, and we were even going into basketball. Michael Jordan isn't just the GOAT on the court, but he's the GOAT off the court. And just the impact, it will never be surpassed. It can never be surpassed. And people keep saying, like Chris Lee, you can't say that, Josh. Nobody knows. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about because it can never be duplicated. It just some things can never be duplicated because the situations will never all come together and arise in that same way again, Chris Lee. That's what you don't get. That's what you don't get and you can't get over. No one can never have a bigger impact than Michael Jordan because he already did it. He already paved the way for everybody else. No one can ever change or do the things that Michael Jordan did because he was the first to do a lot of these things, man. Like changing the game for players in the future for shoes and shoe deals. If it wasn't for fucking Jordan, do players have shoe deals like the way they have now and have been for decades?
Nope.
Who's going to do that again, Chris Lee? Who's going to change the game again? It can't. Motherfuckers are getting shoe deals before they're even drafted. Like getting tons of money. What was LeBron James' shoe deal before he was even drafted? What was Zion's shoe deal before he was even drafted?
And
you know who they had to thank for that? Michael fucking Jordan.
Put that
and
on
that
the
will
map.
For always be the case. Always be the case.
We do have a new subscriber, Josh. Bro Moment says, I'll subscribe, but I need to leave. Well, we thank you for subscribing, bro, and we'll see you next time, man. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Appreciate it.
But yeah. So that's just what it is, man. That's what it is.
Bigger Mike says, impact is overrated as fuck. Of course it's overrated for certain members of today's society, especially some of the young heads. Of course, absolutely. I get it. I get why impact is overrated for you because you got nothing else. The impact that Muhammad Ali had, the impact that Michael Jordan had, you can't argue against it. It doesn't favor your argument, so therefore it's overrated. And you want to dismiss it. That's the problem with a lot of these people, these younger people these days, Sean. They can't deal with facts, so let's dismiss it. Let's say it's overrated. Overrated has become over fucking rated. And they're saying the dumbest, most retarded shit I've ever fucking heard. Did you hear what fucking Channing Frye said?
What did he say?
Did you hear what Channing Frye said?
I didn't hear what he said.
Michael Jordan. He said, this motherfucker, this simp, dick-sucking LeBron motherfucker said, Michael Jordan was only good for one thing, Sean. One thing. And that was scoring. One thing. And he was very good at it. But his game, it wouldn't translate to today's NBA, and motherfuckers wouldn't want to play with him. Of course, people wouldn't want to play with him. Channing Frye, people like you, bitches and pussies and fucking soft motherfuckers like you, Channing Frye, wouldn't want to play with him. But that's you. Like Michael Jordan says in that documentary, that's you soft motherfucker. That's you young heads who want to say that impact is overrated. That's you. Because
and that is why
fucking deal with facts. Not talking opinions. I'm talking fucking facts. Fuck Channing Frye.
And that's what's wrong with a lot of NBA players this year. And even Jordan has come out and said is that people don't want to put in the work to be great. You know? People don't want to put in the work to be great like he did. And he challenged their teammates like he did. Like the way he went about it. Like a lot, he was like people said, and he was afraid of this. He's like, I have a feeling that when people watch this, they're going to think I'm an asshole. But we all knew he was an asshole. But you hated playing with them?
We know why he was an asshole. Because what did he say, Sean? He had one of the best quotes ever. He says, you might have thought You might think of me as a tyrant, but that's because you never won shit.
Yep.
Channing Frye. Even though he did win a championship, right? With LeBron James. But that motherfucker didn't have no impact on that fucking game. You didn't do shit. You didn't win a fucking thing. You know what? Michael Jordan even said that about one of his own teammates, Sean. After the 1998 finals, there was some fucking dude. I don't even remember this fucking name. Some fucking white bread dude who was crying. He was crying on the Bulls team. He was crying after they defeated the Utah Jazz. And Michael Jordan said, "What the fuck are you crying for? You didn't do shit. I went out there and I won it for you. You didn't do shit. You didn't do shit, Channing Frye. Fuck you."
Yeah, Channing Frye didn't do shit. Now, real quick. Yep, go ahead.
Yeah. $1.99 donation from QC says 23 is the fucking GOAT. QC's a smart motherfucker, and that's why he's a mod. And thank you, QC. Appreciate that.
Thank you, buddy.
Zion says this. What's up, Zion? He's Steph Curry arguably made the biggest impacts as Jordan since he's changing the whole game, but he's still not even a top 10 player of all time. Zion, that is fucking facts. That is absolute facts. The three guys who made the biggest impact. Well, no, I'll say four. The guys who made the biggest impact since the Jordan era ended: Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Dirk Nowitzki, and Steph Curry. And Steph Curry, you're probably right about that, Zion. Why?
Yeah.
Because he changed the game, the way it's played. Dirk, influential like a motherfucker. LeBron, influential like a motherfucker. And Kobe Bryant, influential like a motherfucker. But Steph Curry, as Zion said, he changed the way the game
hands down
played for years.
No, there's no doubting what Steph has done. We've all been saying that shit. Like Zion said, he may not be a top 10 player, but he has changed in a sense and jacking up threes that we all said was no fucking, this is ridiculous. That's not the way you should play the game, to becoming a norm nowadays, right? You see fucking Damian Lillard taking a three from the fucking half court line.
Everybody wants to shoot threes. Everybody wants to shoot threes. You got a whole league where like half the roster on each team wants to just chuck up threes.
Yes.
Nobody wants to do mid-range shots anymore, Sean.
Nope.
People don't want to fucking ride the baseline.
Nope.
Nobody fucking wants to post up anymore. Everybody wants to fucking jump out there at the three-point line because Steph Curry said so.
Dude, there's not a mid-range shooter since Dirk retired that did work in the mid-range as much as Dirk did. I feel like he was the last guy.
Josh here with a $1.99 donation is facts, Josh. MJ equals GOAT, period. No question. There never was a debate. Just people thinking there was a debate, Josh Jr. Thank you for the donation. We appreciate it. Nick Howard says, who comes to mind first when you hear the number 23?
Yeah.
Because there's two big-time players who ever worn 23. LeBron James and Michael Jordan. Which one of those motherfuckers comes to mind first?
Yeah.
And he says, I rest my case. Yeah. Exactly.
Literally, LeBron wears 23.
And one guy hasn't played since 1998.
Yeah. LeBron literally wears 23 because of Jordan. There's so many players in the league that wear number 23 because of Jordan. Simple facts. So it's not LeBron trying to do his own thing. LeBron even copied MJ's number.
So back to what Bigger Mike was saying, and some of the young heads out there. Zion's a young head, but the motherfucker knows. The motherfucker is on his shit. Facts. He knows what's the deal. He's
speaking facts.
And Zion says impact is definitely important and not overrated like some of the other young heads. Zion, you better fucking teach them. You better let them know. You got to let your fucking generation know what's going on.
Yeah,
because they're sleeping. They're sleeping. But us,
facts, bro.
We've been awake this whole fucking time.
Zion spoke facts right there. It's impact has a big factor on these players, man. Simple. And you know what's funny, Josh, is Jordan was had an interview, right? And I saw this interview uploaded on Facebook, and because every fucking video I see now is about MJ because of the doc. He came out in an interview and they asked, do you consider yourself the GOAT? The greatest of all time. Right. And he was like, I will never say that about myself. He's like, I will. LeBron has. LeBron's come out and said, oh, I think, I'm a GOAT. I'm the GOAT. Jordan never said he would. He said he would never call himself the GOAT. People call him that all the time, but he said he would never call himself the GOAT.
Right.
Out of respect for the people that came before him.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's like, I don't know. He's like, at the end of the day,
exactly.
He's like, and that makes me love him even more, make him even more of a GOAT. Because of the simple fact that he says that shit. Even though we all fucking know he's a GOAT.
Right.
He won't acknowledge that. He won't say it himself.
Ghost Scale says, I didn't say impact was overrated. That was Mike. That's true. Mike's the one who said that. Bigger Mike did say that. I just said when evaluating who is GOAT, skill is what matters. And I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm trying to tell you that when you're talking about GOAT status in anything, you can't just talk about skill. You got to talk about impact.
Yep.
Because like Zion said, even though Steph Curry is not a top 10 greatest player of all time, the impact that he made on the game, it happened. We're living it, and it will always be remembered. Impact matters because he changed how all the other teams play and how they are going to approach games. What did the Houston Rockets do, Sean? What did they do? They traded away Clint Capella, one of the best centers in the fucking league, right?
Yep.
What did they do? They went small ball, right?
Yeah.
Because they said, you know what? The Warriors are out. They're gone. You know, not gone forever, mind you. They're on pause. They're not gone forever.
Yeah.
But they're out this year. So let's play their game. The way they did it, way they did it to where they won multiple championships. We can do that. We have the personnel to do that. Let's put it together and let's be that team.
Yeah.
When people want to duplicate what you do, that's impact. And it matters, and it absolutely should be part of the discussion.
Should be. And Goat Skittle says, you think Jordan has never called himself the GOAT? Okay, man, literally called himself Black Jesus, but he never said he was the GOAT. Like he said, he will admit that I'm more talking about, he said he'll never call himself the GOAT over players before him. But he'll admit, like, if you came into the NBA and you played at my time, I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to show that I'm better than you. But if you go and watch that interview, I got to find the interview. But that interview, he said, I never got to play with those guys. So out of respect for them, I'm not going to say that. Even though we all know that he's the greatest of all time.
Right.
He's more doing it out of respect for the older generations that he never played up against. So you can't compare him to, but he will definitely compare himself to people that he did beat the fuck out of in the NBA when he played. Simple.
Absolutely. DJ with a $1 donation. If you're really the GOAT, you never have to say it. Facts. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Iver says Houston is going to lose in the first round if the NBA returns to Denver in 7 games. Just watch. I don't trust Russell James. And you know what? And Iverson, that might be the case, and I might tend to agree with you. But we'll see what happens. But the fact of the matter is that they changed the way they were going to approach things based off of what Steph Curry put together, what he did. Nick Howard says, I'm about to trigger chaos. But we're talking impact, and Kobe Bryant made more of an impact on basketball than LeBron James. Would you agree with that? Would you agree? Who had the bigger impact? Was it Kobe Bryant or LeBron James? You know what? I think Kobe Bryant may have had the bigger impact, Sean, because you talk about Mamba mentality. Mamba mentality to this day. People watched Kobe Bryant. The dude was a carbon copy of Michael Jordan. He was.
Yeah. Hands down. You get that?
I got it. But yeah, Kobe Bryant, man, this dude was a carbon copy of Michael Jordan, and I wanted him so bad. I remember when Jordan retired that second time, I so badly wanted Kobe Bryant to somehow, some way get traded to Chicago, which it actually almost did happen years later. It almost did happen. But you know, and by the way, that 1989 draft, we could have had the opportunity to draft Vlade Divac. We had the opportunity to draft Vlade Divac. We drafted Stacey King in 1989. We had the opportunity to draft Vlade Divac. We needed a front court player. Imagine if we were the ones who drafted Vlade Divac. And then years later, 1990 fucking, was it 96?
Yeah.
Was it 96 draft or 97 draft? I think it was when Kobe Bryant came in. But either way, when the draft that Kobe Bryant came in, what if we said, you know what? We'll trade Hornets, we'll trade you Vlade Divac, and you give us Kobe Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
And then and then Kobe Bryant is literally the next Michael Jordan.
Yep.
And picks up right after Michael Jordan retires in 1998.
That'd been crazy.
Imagine that.
That would have been phenomenal.
That.
Yeah. And that would have been phenomenal, man. Bryant was fucking he was literally the closest you can be. The closest you could be to Jordan.
In every way. The way he treated his teammates, the way he treated other players, like his and that Mamba mentality, where did it come from? Kobe will tell you where it came from. It came from Jordan.
He literally said that when he came into the league and he met Jordan, and Jordan even came out and said this, like Kobe would text him every day, would text him all the time and ask him and just pick his brain all the fucking time because he wanted to be just like him. So and at first Jordan was like, what the fuck? But then they formed that like little brother mentality, you know?
So, Ghost says Prime Shaq is arguably the best basketball player of all time, unstoppable. Arguably, I disagree. Not arguably. He is absolutely the most dominant player to have ever played the game. Definitely. Physically dominant. Physically, no one's stopping Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah. I mean, his power, his speed, and athleticism, unmatched ever in history. No one will ever be Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, that dude is ridiculous. Yeah. And with his skill set. Yeah. But no, I disagree as far as player, even at that position. I think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar would have something to say about that. Yep. I think Akeem Olajuwon could even have something to say about that. I mean, we saw it in the finals. Yeah. They went up against each other, Ghost Kittle. Shaq and Olajuwon. Who dominated? So I don't know. I think Wilt Chamberlain, that dude was a crazy athlete. Yeah, he's a damn good athlete. He was absolutely insane. His skill set was ridiculous. Yep. But I don't know. Could Shaq stop a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Could anyone stop that skyhook? I don't know. I think he could. It was the skyhook was probably one of arguably the most unblockable things in right up there with Dirk's step back fadeaway. You know, I mean, one-legged fadeaway. It's one of the most unblockable shit. Akeem Olajuwon, Jesus Christ, that dude is phenomenal. You know how good that motherfucker was. I tell people this all the time. That motherfucker was so good. He was so goddamn good. Akeem the Dream Olajuwon was so good that he was drafted ahead of Michael Jordan, and no one ever bats an eye at that. No one ever talks down to Houston for drafting Akeem Olajuwon over Michael Jordan. Nope. No, you don't see it. It doesn't get said. Portland, it gets said. And you know what? It probably wouldn't have if Sam Bowie didn't fucking get injured, because he was riddled with injuries, Sean. It was terrible. But that guy could have been just as good. I mean, he was so fucking great in college, Sam Bowie was. Yeah. And back then also, because I think Portland gets too much flack for not drafting Michael Jordan. Because you got to remember, Sean, back in those days, in the 1980s, unlike it is today, it's positionless basketball, pretty much. You can put people at any positions, right? Back then, that didn't happen. You didn't do that back in the day. No. They had Clyde Drexler. There was no reason for them to draft Michael Jordan. No reason at all, especially when you had Bowie on your hands. And that dude was a fucking stud, and he would have been a stud if it wasn't for injuries. You can't just knock the guy because, something that he can't control. Yeah. But Akeem Olajuwon was so fucking good that no one bats an eye that he was drafted number 1 overall that year over Michael Jordan. And he was and during Michael Jordan's prime, right? From 1991 to fucking 1998, the only guy to fucking win a championship during that fucking time was Olajuwon, 94, 95. Yep. Now, Olajuwon is a phenomenal player. Phenomenal. But yeah. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy, the talent that with Jordan and Olajuwon, all those guys and stuff like that. Hakeem isn't top 5. No, he's not top 5. And I never said he was. I don't know if anybody else said in the chat that he was top 5. He's not top 5
Bigger
of all
Mike
time.
said that. Bigger Mike has said that.
Bigger Mike said Hakeem is top 5 all time?
Yeah.
Really?
Hakeem is top 5, to be honest. That's what he said.
You would put Hakeem Olajuwon over Michael Jordan. You would put Hakeem Olajuwon over LeBron James. You'd put him over Kobe Bryant. You put him over Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You put him over Magic Johnson. You would put Hakeem Olajuwon over Larry Bird. That's what you would do, Bigger Mike.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. He's top 10, but I don't know if he's up there in the top 5.
Oh, Nick Howard, tell him, man, about Clyde, the Glide, Drexler. This dude was a stud. He wasn't some fucking bum. Why did the Portland Trailblazers not draft Michael Jordan? They had Clyde, the Glide, Drexler, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Drexler was a fucking beast.
Yeah.
He was a beast, and he played the same position as Jordan. There was no reason for them to draft Jordan. There was never a reason for the Blazers to draft Jordan.
But this is the thing. It's just like I feel like a lot of these young heads just don't know. They just don't know. Well, it is what it is. And Nathaniel, it was an Eagle fan who said that. That is very true. Caleb says Bird top 7. I don't know, maybe.
Wait, what? What's
Bird?
Larry Bird? That's
Top
fine
7?
with me.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
fine
okay
with me.
that. I'm okay
Larry
with
Bird, a guy who wasn't athletic at all. A
Tactician.
guy who wasn't necessarily fast, right? Mm-hmm. But arguably the smartest.
Yeah.
Smartest fucking so smart. It's almost as if he had a superhuman power, a sixth sense where he knew where everything was going to be, where players are. You guys watched The Last Dance. You guys listened to Dennis Rodman and how he broke it down to how a ball would bounce off a rim and how it would be there to become the greatest rebounder of all time. Well, that was Larry Bird with everything else. Yep. This dude saw things happen before it happened. It was like he wasn't even human. Yeah, his intelligence alone put him ahead of the curve. And Kyle Kennedy says, don't forget about Tim Duncan's legacy. Oh, Tim Duncan, arguably, people will say. Not arguably, I would say the greatest power forward of all time.
I would say that too. His fundamentals alone,
right?
It just put him on another level. He was never really out of position, and his bank off the banks were phenomenal. Like, there was no weakness to his game. No, there was no weakness to Tim Duncan's game. And that's why I would have loved to have seen the 99 finals be the Bulls versus the Spurs. That would have been absolutely phenomenal. Because David Robinson and him,
had it been that Popovich and the Spurs with Tim Duncan and the Admiral, a guy who, I mean, as far as players that I respect, I don't know if there's another player that I respect more than David Robinson. And that's because I grew up in the city of San Antonio as a kid. I grew up in San Antonio, and I saw the impact that David Robinson had on the city to this day. If the Bulls would have lost and ended their dynasty at that 7th attempt for a championship in 99 to Popovich and those Spurs, I would have been mad. I would have been like, you know what? If there was anybody, I mean, literally anyone that we could have lost to, I'm glad it was the San Antonio Spurs. Yeah. And that's a team. That's a franchise that deserves its own documentary. A franchise that existed. A franchise that was a small market team that had a dynasty. I mean, you just don't see it happen. No. I'm going to go grab me one more beer, Sean, and then we're going to call it a night.
Sounds good. Yep. Honestly, guys, I'm going to say this. I know we've all been debating, put it lightly. We've been getting a little heated debates and stuff like that. But you know what? This has been a fun stream. Josh can have one more beer and then we'll call it night. I just realized it's already 11:30. That's what happens when you're having fun, man. And at the end of the day, this has probably been a very, very fun. This has probably been one of our funnest streams as of late. Besides the draft and stuff like that, when we actually had something to stream about. But these chill streams has probably been up there, man. It's just a lot of fun. A lot of fun to go into all this, man. It's like reminiscing all those good times. Sean, what's your thoughts on the Cowboys schedule? It's going to be tough. We don't have anywhere where we have an easy stretch, which might be good. It might be good because we might have to stay focused. So, The Spurs aren't that good of a franchise. They just had a great dynasty. But no, what he was referring to is that, well, first off, they do have a good franchise because they're phenomenal at signing these players and international players and finding these young guys. Look at what they did with Kawhi Leonard. No one thought Kawhi Leonard was going to be good, right? And then now he's arguably the best player in the league, right up there with LeBron. Best two-way player in the game right now is Kawhi Leonard. So I would have to say they are up there in what they've done, and the simple fact that they were able to keep Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, and Manu Ginobili for being such a small market team, that they are a good franchise. They are a good franchise. And having Greg Popovich and shit like that. And I will say this, I think Greg Popovich is arguably the best coach of all time, to me, in my opinion. So, but that's just me. But him and Phil Jackson are like 1A and 1B. The only true great franchises are Celtics and Lakers. What? Oh, no, okay. No. Now they have the longest tenure, right? They've been around a lot longer, but no, you gotta pay some respect to what they've done over there. And the simple fact that they made the playoffs for all those consecutive years straight, right? Like, just simple fact. You have to put them in that conversation. And they had one of the most consistent winning streaks, winning records or whatever, stuff like that. Like, you got to pay respect to the Spurs organization. You can't just say, oh, they are not up there with some of the great franchises. Like, they are for what they've done as a small market team, because they don't attract the big time free agents. But yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Josh. We were talking about it, and Go Skittle said that he doesn't think that the Spurs are a great franchise. They just had one little a dynasty, just like
that doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any sense.
Wait, he said that?
Yeah, that's what he said.
That makes no sense. How are you going to have a dynasty, but you're not a good franchise?
Yeah.
How does that work? How do you have a dynasty in place, but you're not a good franchise?
Yeah.
You're not that great.
Yeah, they said they aren't that good of a franchise. They just had a great dynasty for that like short time. But then when did they have that stretch? Like, they didn't miss the playoffs and they won like what?
Good thing I grabbed me another beer.
I don't remember.
Jesus fucking Christ. Are you kidding me? How the fuck are you not a great franchise when you have a fucking dynasty? Especially as a small market team. Especially a fucking city, a destination that's not that great for free agents. How the fuck does that even work? How does that even cross your mind to fucking type in your goddamn chat to put and send, and then you hit the send button on that motherfucker? How do you say a team does not have that great of a franchise? They just had a dynasty. They just had one. That's tough.
I knew that was going to trigger you, Josh. That's why I wanted to bring that up. But yeah, so.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, God.
That is ludicrous. Ludicrous.
Yeah.
Nick Howard says Spurs had a ridiculous playoff streak. Ridiculous playoff streak.
No one's ever matched that.
What was it? 2 decades?
Yeah. They had the longest. You said the Celtics and Lakers are the best. No, they're the only 2 great franchises. They've never done that.
Who drafted Manu Ginobili? No, who the fuck was Manu Ginobili? Who knew who the fuck was Manu Ginobili?
Oh, yeah.
Who the fuck was Tony Parker from France? Who drafts a French fucking player? That's
what I was saying. Dude,
I would have never drafted a French fucking player and thought he was going to be one of the best point guards of an entire era.
That's what I was saying, Josh.
And you know what, Sean? And also, you got to think about this. The impact that franchise, that little franchise, the impact that they had on the rest of the league, including your Dallas Mavericks. Yep. Because it was the San Antonio Spurs that said, hey, you know what? These European motherfuckers, they can ball. These motherfuckers from other countries like Argentina, where Manu Ginobili's from, they can fucking ball. It's time to take them serious.
Yeah. Oh, it's like this. Like, that's what I was saying, Josh. The simple fact there's such a small market, they literally will draft and find these players. They don't. It's not like this is a prime location for free agents. It's a small market. No one says I want to go to the Spurs. No, they want to go to Lakers. They want to go to these big time franchises, big time markets. It's the fucking Spurs.
You know what I have to say to that, John?
What?
I love you, Go Skittle. I do, and I respect you too. Okay, and Bigger Mike. No, but to those takes, the impact is overrated.
Lord.
That the San Antonio Spurs,
I like where this is
even
going.
though they created dynasty, are not a great franchise or overrated franchise.
Ooh.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye-bye.
To-
That is a terrible take.
I will have to say this, Josh, and I think this doesn't happen often, but Rocha actually said something smart. He said the same thing could be said for the Pats.
Okay.
But Go Skittle is a Patriots fan.
Okay.
Right?
So,
well, they only had this one dynasty, this one little stretch of dynasty. That means they're not a good franchise.
I'm just saying, says Go Skittle.
But no one's saying that, but that's what I'm saying.
Right. Go Skittle, I'm just saying, through the whole history of the NBA, the only teams that have ever been truly bad is the Celtics and Lakers. That isn't good.
There was times where let's get real here. And until LeBron went to the Lakers, were they doing shit? Were they doing anything? In that how many years?
Yeah. The greatest franchise to ever exist in the NBA. The Lakers, the Celtics, the Bulls, the Spurs, and the Warriors. Am I missing anything else? Am I missing anyone else?
Yeah.
Those,
what's crazy?
Those are your 5 great franchises of the NBA history ever.
And I will say this, even though like my Mavs were right up there with the Spurs making the playoffs every year for so many years, but I won't even say that because look what the Spurs did compared to my Mavs. Like Mavs would make the playoffs, but we'd suck it up until obviously 06 and 2011. But the Spurs organization, what they did was just hands down put them in that regard, and how they've been doing it for year after year after year. So,
Go James says Bulls are irrelevant. No, for you, that's what you want. That's what you want. Chicago, the Chicago Bulls, they still have some of the most best-selling merchandise of any NBA team.
Yep.
Ever. Still. To this day, some of the best-selling merchandise. People love wearing Bulls gear because you know what? Red, white, and black is fucking clean as fuck. And the Chicago Bulls are cool as fuck too. They were cool as fuck. Michael Jordan, you know?
Yeah.
Greatest dynasty to ever exist in the NBA.
Yeah.
Ever. Michael Jordan's Bulls, Phil Jackson's Bulls, Scottie Pippen's Bulls. You want them to be irrelevant.
Yeah.
But the NBA, once the Bulls are a good team, not that they've ever been irrelevant, but once they become a good team and a competing team, the NBA is better for it. The NBA is better. It's a better product. I don't give a fuck who's out there. I don't give a fuck who's out there playing and where the fuck is it. If the Lakers, the Celtics, the Chicago Bulls, if they're good, the product for the NBA as a whole is better off.
Now, Ghost Skittle he kind of rephrased it. He's like, I'm just saying it's Lakers and Celtics and everyone else. So, well, yeah, the Lakers and Celtics have some of the most history because they've been around a lot longer, right?
Remember, back in the 1960s and 70s, into the 70s, but especially in the 60s, who the fuck else was competing? And in the 50s, too, who was competing, Ghost? It was Lakers and Celtics because one had fucking Chamberlain and the other had Russell.
The skill level was not there, and there weren't as many teams, right?
And then Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he was fucking on the Milwaukee Bucks, and then they sent that motherfucker to the Lakers too. So what? Yeah. I mean, if the Chicago Bulls had fucking a Will Chamberlain or Bill Russell or any other franchise, maybe we're talking about that fucking franchise.
Yep.
But since the merger, how many championships do the Celtics have? Since the merger, how many championships do the Lakers have versus the Chicago Bulls? Maybe 1 or 2 more apiece?
Yep.
Maybe. Somebody fucking let me know. Let me know. Since the merger, because there was a merger. Since the merger, how many more championships do the Lakers and Celtics each have a piece over the Chicago Bulls and the San Antonio Spurs? Because the Spurs under Popovich have what? They have 5? They have 5 championships?
5.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. Now, Sean, we got a donation from Sean Holver, $4.99. Since saying the Spurs aren't a great franchise is like saying the Bulls aren't a great franchise or the Cowboys. Exactly. Like,
there you go.
That's the thing with these great franchises. It doesn't matter if they've had some down years. They were still a great franchise. You know.
He just says prefer the merger. The competition was so dog shit. It was. There was no competition.
Oh,
it was 2 franchises that existed.
None. No.
I was saying, well, it's Lakers and Celtics and nobody else because the amount of championships they had. But for a lot of those championships, they were the only ones that existed pretty much.
Kendi, we're talking about after the merger. Those 17 championships, most of those were before the merger. We're talking about after the merger.
After merger. Again, I don't think some of these young heads know that there used to be an ABA.
Nope.
I don't think they understand that there was a merger that happened, just like the NFL had a merger.
Yep.
The NFL and the AFL.
Let me see. I'll Google this.
Google it, Sean. Google it.
Let's see. What am I trying to search up?
How many fucking championships do the Lakers and Celtics have apiece after the merger?
Here, I'll do championships since the merger, NBA championships since the merger, and I'll look at all of them.
Okay. Or if you can't find that, find out what year the merger took place, and then from there, we'll find out how many fucking championships the Celtics and Lakers had.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me find out here. When was the NBA merger?
Greg says Spurs did all that in a city market where the most entertaining thing is a 3-pound.
Oh, here we go.
Hey, man, don't discount the Riverwalk. It's pretty fucking flat.
1976 was when the merger happened.
1976. And how many NBA titles did each of those fucking franchises win since the merger? I would say probably about 6 or 7. Maybe.
Let me see.
So there probably is a good, since the merger, I would say Lakers, Celtics, Bulls, and Spurs 76. Are probably about, right there. All of them, just about right there.
So did they merge 76 going into 78? Or what? Or 77?
I don't know.
So, because right before the 76, let's see here.
Lakers have, so Young Jones says Lakers have 6 after the merger. Sean says Lakers have 11 titles after the merger, and Mofo says 10 titles after the merger.
Lakers have 10. Lakers have 10. They have 10. Now let me look into the Celtics. After the merger, they have
now, that's the top.
Yeah.
Lakers at 10.
Yeah. Boston has 1, 2, 3, 4. Since
they have 4 championships since the merger. So that means the Bulls are second at 6. And the Spurs are third at 5, and the Celtics are 4 at 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
Okay.
Spurs have 5.
So
1,
what was that?
2, 3,
what was that? Go Skittle
4,
about Lakers and Celtics
5,
and nobody else. Nobody else. No one, because since the merger, it looks like the Celtics have less championships than the Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
The San Antonio Spurs and the Chicago fucking Bulls.
Just throwing it out there.
So, and Trump says, you know why?
Dude, Miami has 3. Oh, shit. Does that mean they're up there with the Celtics?
They're right behind the Celtics. You know what, Sean? The Miami Heat, they might win another championship. They might tie up the Celtics.
So my God.
God damn. So Trump says, you know why the Spurs is a great franchise? Because we know how to draft and develop players. He stole Kawhi Leonard and made him the best. Made him a beast. Manu is a second round, and Tony Parker at the end of the first round.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, hands down. And
the Celtics still have been the most consistent. We're only talking about championships. The most consistent. They were great in the 80s. They had a little bit run there once they started, once the whole, hey, let's all jump ship and let's all join together. That whole fucking era started, right? And fucking Ray Allen and Garnett, and they fucking joined Paul Pierce and shit like that, right? So, but Miami was good in the fucking 90s. Miami was relevant in the 2000s, and Miami is relevant today. They're an underrated fucking team. So I don't know. I don't know.
Here, hold on a second. Yes. You know what?
And they're only one behind the Celtics as far as championships go.
I'm trying to find the since the merger, like the most wins. Let me see.
The most wins, period.
Like since the merger,
probably the San Antonio Spurs. The most winning percentage, it's probably the San Antonio Spurs.
It's just most active franchises. The best winning percentage is the San Antonio Spurs. Lakers are number 2.
Okay.
First NBA. This is kind of before the merger. Shit.
Okay, so just think about that though. Just think about that.
Winning percentage.
I mean, the San Antonio Spurs are up there with championship. They're up there with winning percentage against a team, those bigger markets like Boston, Chicago, and LA. And LA, my God, this is a fucking team that's like the Yankees of the NBA. They just toss out money, and everybody wants to be in fucking LA, and further their other ambitions that they have, to make moolah.
Yep.
And so the Lakers, they acquire everybody. They acquire Shaq. They go after all these guys and stuff like that.
Let's go the last 30 years.
They don't have that money, and they don't have that market value, and still the winning percentage is there, and they have 5 fucking rings. So they're a great goddamn franchise. Great. And I will accept nothing short of great.
Okay, so I can't find one for the last 30 years. I try to find something. But this shows the best winning percentage in the last 20 years. Okay?
Right.
20 years.
Yes.
And this is from clutchsports.com. Spurs, number 1. And guess who's number 2?
Who?
Dallas
Mavericks. Well, yeah,
last 20 years.
Well, Dallas, I mean, it was Dallas and San Antonio for a very long time.
Yes.
50-plus win seasons, right?
Yeah, they were both of them.
It was you guys and the Spurs.
Yeah.
50
every
win
fucking
seasons,
year.
Every year.
So 1 is Spurs, 2 is Mavs. This is winning percentage, guys.
Yeah.
The most over the last 20 years, and this was done in 2019. So this is back for the last 20 years from 2019. So Spurs, Mavs, Rockets, then Heat, Lakers, Thunder, Celtics were up there at 7, and then Jazz.
But Sean, that doesn't make any sense. Bullshit. I call bullshit on that. I call bullshit, sir. You said 7th? Bullshit. 7th, I was told it's Celtics and no one else. Celtics and Lakers. Nobody else. I'm just fucking with you, Ghost. I'm just fucking with you. I love you, man. But anyway, Nick Howard says, hey, Josh, again, how's life? I have a beer can now, by the way. Am I supposed to do something with a beer can? And can I get another? Okay, all right, here we go. All right, Nick. Cheers to you, all you guys, and the merger. The merger. The merger.
Oh, yeah, that's funny. Oh, shit.
Cold.
But yeah, so that's what we're saying, Ghost. Like, see, the funny thing is, even though the Mavs, like, arguably right up there during the Spurs time, were arguably probably one of the best teams. I remember Spurs and Mavs. They were Western Conference Finals. A lot of people said that was the true NBA Finals back in the day. That was a better series than the NBA Finals would be. And yet, but at the same time, I'm still gonna say the Spurs are a better franchise, and I'm not gonna even put my franchise up there. I won't.
Mosquito says, you guys can keep laughing, and I will. Yeah. But once Pop is gone, don't be surprised if they become a laughingstock. You mean one of the key pieces as to why they have been such a great franchise since the merger? Are you kidding me? What a hot take, Ghost. What a tremendous hot take. Why aren't they paying you fucking millions of dollars to say something like that on ESPN? You're telling me once Pop is gone, one of the greatest coaches ever, once he's gone, they're going to be a laughingstock? No, they're not going to be a laughing stock because you know what? They're a great franchise. I'm pretty sure once Popovich is about to hit that door and hit retirement, he is going to have a coach in place, someone that was behind him, that learned from him.
He's already been doing that.
Continue doing that. And what you're saying, the scouting of the San Antonio Spurs is what they just go away too? They're just going to go away?
No, see, the funny thing is he's been doing that over the last few years. Remember, there's been times where he'll allow his assistant coaches to take over and be the coach and stuff like that. There's been times where he's had to step away because of his health and shit like that. There's been times of that. Now, the funny thing is, I don't know what Ghost Skittle's talking about, because what cracks me up is after Dallas retired Phil Jackson, they became that happened to them. What were they? Mm-hmm. Nothing. Even when Kobe left, nothing. So what are you talking about? That doesn't mean that they're a bad franchise.
Bigger Mike says, but didn't you guys say that great franchises can have down years and still be great? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
there's rebuilds for every franchise.
Every franchise goes through
Celtics, the Lakers, the Chicago Bulls have been doing it for a long time because Reisendorfer is a fucking clown wearing fucking 15-inch fucking clown shoes, walking around the hallways, just being a fucking straight clown, bitch. Yes, people have rebuild years, Bigger Mike.
Yep.
They do. I mean, think about it. How many rebuild years did your fucking Eagles have until they finally won a fucking championship? And then you guys got so goddamn happy about it, you stormed the streets and ate horse shit. Motherfuckers have down years, but they can still be great franchises.
Yeah,
we're impactful franchises. The San Antonio Spurs, once Pop is gone, of course it's going to be an impact on the franchise, but they're not a laughing stock.
No,
they're not going to be a laughing stock.
Bigger Mike, what we're saying and what our whole argument is all because a team may have had some bad years, or they might go through a little slump because they're rebuilding, does not make them not a great franchise. And that's what we're talking about. Because Ghost Citadel was saying, well, without Pop, look what's going to happen. They're not going to be a great franchise anymore. No, they're still a great fucking franchise. We're mocking that. I think you got to understand that.
Bigger Mike says, you and the Spurs wouldn't become a laughing stock because they're a great franchise. I'm just fucking with you, Bigger Mike. But no, I don't think they would become a laughing stock. Do you understand what a laughing stock is? So wait, all right, just where the fuck is your goddamn mindset? Because when Popovich leaves, of course it's gonna have a goddamn impact, right?
Yes.
There's gonna be a downtime. There's gonna be a time of refocusing and finding their new identity, right? There's gonna be that time period. But what's the laughing stock for you? Any down period for a franchise is a laughing stock? Is that what it is for you? Because to me, a laughing stock is a fucking franchise like the Phoenix Suns, a team that can't do a goddamn thing right. Fucking QC said it earlier. Well, at least your owner is not fucking our owner. Another fucking laughing. There's a bunch of laughing stocks in the NBA and the NFL, in the MLB.
How about the
guys
Knicks?
who just can never figure it out?
How about the Knicks, Josh?
The Knicks are a fucking laughing stock. Motherfuckers have been laughing at them since the 1970s, goddammit.
Dude, they even give them the #1 overall pick, and they still fuck it up.
They fucking rigged the goddamn fucking the lottery. They rigged the lottery. David Stern rigged the lottery for fucking
fucking bin. The bin in the goddamn envelope.
And what did that do? Patrick Ewing cannot beat Michael Jordan. He couldn't beat him in college, and he couldn't beat him in the fucking NBA. He got owned by Michael Jordan. Owned. The city of New York they call Chicago daddy. They call him daddy. That's what they do. New York is a laughing stock. San Antonio Spurs is not a laughing stock. And just because they go into a rebuild era, just because they have a few down years before they find that new identity, doesn't mean they're going to be a laughing stock. What the fuck are you talking about?
Bigger Mike, I don't think you understand. We never contradicted ourselves. We were fucking trolling the same point you're saying. You not understand that? I think I have to break it down to you. Because you said the Spurs wouldn't be the laughing stock because they are still a great franchise. They are a great franchise. I never said they become a laughing stock. I'll question your logic. You contradicted yourself. No, we are saying the same thing. We said they are a great franchise, and they are not going to be a laughing stock if they're not going to be a laughing stock even if they go in downtime and start losing.
13 minutes before the period.
I don't understand it. What you're not comprehending. We were trolling and making fun of people saying if they have down years that they start losing that they're not a great franchise. That's what we're saying.
Exactly.
I don't think these kids understand a lot. They don't understand sarcasm or when you're trying to laugh and make fun of a point. I don't understand it.
I don't get the logic. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I'm kidding, Bigger Mike.
Oh, and then we have this Nicholas guy says, listen, read your chat. Nobody gives a shit at what you are saying. Fuck you guys, man. Well, even though this whole argument's based off us reading the goddamn chat.
So then why are you here? Why are you here? First off, the past like 2.5 hours, 3 hours, have been nothing but responding to comments in the chat. What are you talking? And then what the fuck are you here for?
Josh, show him your shirt.
No, what does it say about you, motherfucker? What does it say about you? You're in here. You're in here. No one gives a shit about what we're saying, but your fucking ass is in here. So what does it say about your motherfucking life? What you got going on?
Yep.
Nothing. That your fucking pathetic ass is in the goddamn stream. You're watching the stream. You don't give two shits about what the fuck we're saying, but motherfucker, you're here. You're here and you're listening. So keep listening, bitch.
How does it make you feel that literally this whole stream has been us going at it with our chat about their own opinions?
From now on, you call us fucking daddy from now on, because we're in your fucking head. We own your ass. You're watching, even though you don't give a shit about that's impressive, motherfucker. That is impressive. You don't give two shits about what we're saying, but you're watching.
He's gone now, Josh. What are you talking about? He's gone.
Bitch ass.
He's too scared to comment again because he's a dumbass and didn't realize what the fuck was going on.
There's no more beer in the fucking house, too. There's no more fucking beer in the house, and the goddamn store's closed in 11 minutes. Babe, if there's some miracle that you can get to the corner store in 11 minutes and purchase beer, I love you for the rest of my life. I already do. But anyway, who the fuck was that guy anyway? What was his name, Sean? Green?
Nicholas something. I don't know.
Nicholas Green? I don't even know I don't know. Fuck him. He's a bitch.
Oh my God, Bigger Mike.
What did Bigger Mike say now? I know it's 11:50 p.m., Sean, but I don't know. I'm in a mood right now. I'm just getting started.
All right, let me go
ahead. Tell me.
This guy is just not understanding the two differences. Okay, he's like, you said the Spurs wouldn't be a laughingstock because they were a great franchise. You also said great franchises can become bottom of the barrel teams. That's contradiction at its finest. No, it's not. You dumb fucking piece of shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not. You're not a piece of shit, Bigger Mike. I shouldn't have said that, but you're an idiot. Because what we're talking about, laughing stocks, aren't teams that have down years. All because you're the worst team in the league doesn't mean you're a fucking laughing stock in the league. We're talking about teams like the Knicks who have been shit and can't do shit for what, 20, 30 years? 40 years? I don't fucking know how long they've been shit. How long they've been trying to get their shit together. What are you talking about?
Who failed comprehension.
This is not the same. We never said if you're the bottom team in the league that you're a laughing stock.
This motherfucker rode the short bus home today that typed that in the fucking live stream.
I'm sorry, Bigger Mike. Sorry.
You remember this, Sean? Remember this?
When you pop that shit?
Got this. Say that shit one more time.
No. I remember that shit.
Again. Go ahead. Try me, motherfucker.
Oh, hell. When I heard that shit, I knew I was about to get my ass beat. Knew it.
Try me.
So, I'm just saying, Bigger Mike.
You got any more hot takes there, Bigger Mike?
I would love to hear what you have to respond to that, because we've never said being a bottom barrel team makes you a laughing stock. But we're waiting.
And then that has to occur for years.
Oh, God. Okay.
I think my microphone is starting to fucking die on me.
I
think my microphone is starting. I think I might need a new Blue Yeti microphone. I think this motherfucker is about to edit. After so many streams, after so many rants, after so many hours, I think this motherfucker is starting to go.
Ready.
I didn't know you can wear out a fucking microphone, but this motherfucker's he's on life support. He's like, I can't think anymore. I cannot do it.
I love this, but we got some donations. Let me catch one on this while we let Bigger Mike come to his logic. Tyler Azell with 1999 says, I don't want this night to end.
I can't believe it's almost midnight.
It's almost midnight.
It's almost midnight. I feel like we just started 20 minutes ago.
I was telling them that too, Josh, when you were like, hey, I'm gonna grab one more beer. And you got up. I was like, dude, I can't believe it's already 11:30 at that time because we were having so much fun.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what? And as ridiculous as you are, Bigger Mike, and as ridiculous as those takes have been, Go Skittle, I appreciate you. Because you know what? Round of applause to Bigger Mike and Go Skittle, because you know what? They had their fucking impact. Impact is not overrated. They had their impact on this stream, because if it wasn't for them, I don't know if we would have gone off like this. So
no, we wouldn't have. Good job, guys. We do have applause. We also have another $2 from Young Gemini. Says, I miss this fun. I love it. We appreciate it, bro. We're glad y'all having fun. We like roast getting into it. It's fun. It's fun.
Yes. God damn it. Jordan Love is going to be a stud. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Oh, and Barry Mike says, I was pointing out a flaw in logic. There was no flaw in logic because your point had no basis because it's nothing in anything what we said.
It's only a flaw in logic because there's a flaw in your fucking brain. That's why. At some point, Bigger Mike, when Sean's information entered your eardrum and go into your brain where it had to get processed, there was a block somewhere in that motherfucker that didn't allow you to process the information to understand the words that he was saying.
You understand the words that coming out of my mouth? I feel I have to be fucking Chris Tucker here because I don't think they're understanding.
We have another donation, Sean. I love you though.
Oh god, he's $4.99 for Fabian. He says, Sean, what do you think about our Dirk Nowitzki being ranked 19th of all time? Go Eagles, Mavericks, Angels, Flyers, and Gators.
So he's ranked 19th of all time. Yes. I gotta see that list because maybe that might be accurate. Mm-hmm. I don't know who's ranked ahead of Dirk Nowitzki.
I think Kevin Durant was ranked right ahead of him.
Okay.
Durant was.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I might be all right with that. I'm okay with that. If Scottie Pippen is ranked ahead of Dirk Nowitzki, I don't know if I would allow that. Like, it all depends. I got to see the list. I got to see the fucking list.
Let me see if I can find it.
Sean,
what is an ESPN NBA list?
Yeah. Use that Google machine and look up that fucking list and tell me which players you think may have not been better than Dirk Nowitzki.
Wait, here we go. Top 74 players of all time. Oh, it's top 74? Okay. So.
What a number. All right. We got one donation from Raphael. Says, which show is better, Family Guy or The Simpsons? Well, Family Guy tends to make me laugh more because I really love that crude humor that they do. It's hilarious and the randomness of it. But Simpsons, it definitely trumps Family Guy as far as the impact that it has. I prefer.
And how the Simpsons has predicted so much shit. It's kind of
scary. Matt Groening is a fucking time traveler. He's a time traveler.
Here we go.
Let's see. We have but thanks for the donation, Raphael.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure to get fucking donation from one of the Ninja Turtles. Always. Donation says, fucking love this channel. Really, it's a cult.
It really is.
Thank you. We appreciate all you guys tuning in. I know it's almost midnight, but I don't know. I'm just having a great time right now. Sean's having a great time. I don't know when it's gonna end. It may never end. We might just die here on stream. We'll see. Nick Howard says, can I just say it's so fitting and comedic that your thumbnail pick is Max Kellerman. Whose thumbnail? Who's got a thumbnail of
Bigger Mike. Bigger
Mike. Oh my god. That dude? That's a guy you trust? Oh my god.
Jeez. All right. Here we go. So Dirk is rated there. Then Moses Malone, Karl Malone, Jerry West, Julius Erving. I thought. Kevin Durant's 14.
I'd probably take Dirk over Moses Malone.
I probably would too. Steph Curry's 13. Keem Olajuwon 12. Oscar Robertson.
Where's Oscar Robertson?
11.
At 11, Oscar Robertson over Steph Curry. I wouldn't take Oscar Robertson over Steph Curry.
I probably wouldn't either.
I guess maybe it's because Steph Curry is still playing.
Steph Curry's 13th though. Steph Curry's 13, right ahead of Kevin Durant at 14.
I'd take Curry, even though he's still playing. I'd take Curry over Oscar Robertson. I'm sorry.
I probably would too. And Durant would probably be a little bit higher there too, in my opinion. But Hakeem Olajuwon is 12 though, and it's hard to argue. He should be right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably drop Oscar right behind Durant and move them all up one spot. Anyways, do we read GGSP's donation?
No.
He says, these fools should take a logic class. Tell him, Josh.
I should.
I feel like they've been out of class.
I'll teach it. Fuck it. I don't have a job right now. I'll teach it.
Yeah. Max Kellerman is not a G, Bigger Mike. He's a fucking dumb motherfucker.
You let me know. I don't care who gives me smokes as pro gamer. Give you smoke on one. On what? On what? What's your take? What take do you have?
I don't know.
Kyrie Irving over Steph Curry. Kyrie Irving is a beast, and he was great at that 2016 NBA Finals. I mean, you can't deny that. A dude was ridiculous.
What happened?
Otherworldly. Kyrie Irving and Steph Curry. But I take Steph. I take Steph.
Like Steph, I would take Steph. Just the threat that he has when he shoots the ball.
Better shooter.
He's a better shooter.
Better teammate.
Yeah. This is the thing. I know
not
Kyrie,
a better ball handler for sure.
No, definitely. Kyrie definitely could. He's a better driver, better ball handler. But this is the thing that y'all understand, and this is where Steph. Why I'd take Steph, and I think Josh would agree. Him having that shot creates him having better opportunities going to the rim.
Yep.
Because of the simple fact, people have to. If he pump fakes, people have to step up. They have to respect that shot. It creates better, easier layups sometimes. So he gets better and easier. Like Kyrie, though, he makes some tough ass layups. Don't get me wrong, but he has to, right? Because he doesn't have that shot like Steph has. Mm-hmm. So that's why you gotta understand.
I'm waiting for Babe to get back, Sean. I want to finish this beer. I want to have at least one more beer before we end the stream. At least
okay.
One more beer. Yeah. And we're gonna end the stream. And then after the stream is over, I'm gonna see that bed right over there, Sean. You see that bed? That's right over there. You know where it's at.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit that motherfucker. I'm gonna hit it nice and hard.
Dominator62 said, "Hey boys, you send the jersey yet?"
Oh, Dominator,
yeah.
Did you even send us your info?
Did you send it to us? I don't remember ever receiving it. As we asked you, we need your address, the size, and the jersey.
Yes.
Did you send that to us? I don't remember seeing your message.
Yeah. Because let's see, Isaiah's getting a jersey, and the winner of the fucking of the draft thing. I know what that means, John. Irving is a man child. He's a definition of narcissistic. Yeah.
Wait, who?
Kyrie Irving. And who was it? Who was that guy? Who said it? Who was it that said? God! You hear me?
What happened?
This mic's cutting out.
No, what'd you say?
The really mic's cutting out. Like I might need to get a new mic.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to figure out who that motherfucker was. That sexy, that dominant, that just irresistible motherfucker who said that the Celtics would be better off without Kyrie Irving. They'd be better off without him. There were some that agreed, but most disagreed.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I said the Celtics. I said this like a year and a half ago. Like way before he got fucking sent away. I said the Celtics would be better off without Kyrie Irving.
Oh, yeah.
They're a better team without him.
Definitely are. We see that. Man, that's a completely different conversation. D Rose was real nice before his injury. Underrated. No, D Rose, arguably, dude, one of the biggest what ifs in NBA. One of the top what ifs in NBA history. If he would have never gotten hurt.
Who?
Derrick Rose.
Oh, absolutely.
Greg Oden.
Remember we did see a good glimpse of what was to come of Derrick Rose. I mean, the youngest MVP of all time. I mean, the youngest MVP at that time. I mean, this dude would have been one of the most dominating point guards to have ever played the game. I mean, nobody could stop this dude.
Nope.
If he wanted to go in on you, he was going in on you. It didn't matter if you were 7 foot, 7'2". It didn't matter if you had the arms of a tree trunk. That motherfucker was going to dunk on your ass. He was going to blow by your ass.
No one could stop him. He was too stoppable. He was unstoppable. But he's up there with the most what ifs, right? Also Greg Oden, remember him? And then also remember that guy Brandon Roy? Brandon Roy. A lot of people thought he was going to
imagine if the Portland Trail Blazers. Imagine if Brandon Roy never got hurt. Imagine if Greg Oden never had those injuries.
Yep.
Imagine a core of Greg Oden, Brandon Roy, and LaMarcus Aldridge back in the day.
Oh, That team would have won probably like multiple championships.
I mean, that would have been the best front court in the NBA.
Yeah.
LaMarcus Aldridge, Greg Oden.
Yeah. And I'm at this point, Josh, you probably already saw it, but I'm not going to respond to what Bigger Mike said.
I'm going to slap Bigger Mike on the motherfucking camera if he actually thought, but he doesn't think that. He's just trying to be cute now.
He's trying to trigger you more.
He's just trying to say things to to trigger us. He's trying to say Derrick Rose is overrated. What was overrated about Derrick Rose?
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Because you know what? Here's the funny thing about some of these guys, right? That want to fucking go toe-to-toe with us. Even if they have good points. Even if they had good fucking points, right? There's levels to this fucking talking game, all right? Yep. Standing in front of a camera and talking. These motherfuckers who got these takes, again, even if they are really good takes, even if they have good points behind them, they'd fold like fucking lawn chairs.
Oh, hands down.
If they were on camera talking with us.
Dude.
Going toe-to-toe.
Literally.
Like lawn chairs.
Literally. Big Mike.
Fuckers. And there's a reason why we're not invited to a whole lot of fucking channels, Sean. There's a reason for it. There's a fucking reason for it.
Oh, hands down.
Tell me when I'm lying. You let me know and I'll cut my mic off.
Yeah, your mic is about to get cut off, apparently. But no. Honestly, no. There's not a lot of people that can get into the ring, per se, with us. Bigger Mike tried it, Josh. You remember Bigger Mike tried? He tried to come on stream and debate me, and he got shredded to pieces, and he started stuttering.
No, hold on. Ghost goes, maybe Mike, but not me. Mike, Ghost could have you going. That's what you be doing. That's what you be doing.
You be stuttering.
Don't test it, Ghost. Don't test it.
Ghost, you're getting massacred, bro.
Dude.
Massacred. Because you know what's funny?
And I give you one of these.
This is the thing.
Mike, anybody.
Because this is the thing, guys. Y'all have
Don't come asking for it because you'll get it.
You have these hot takes, but y'all don't ever really bring anything to the table to support or back it up. Y'all have one thing y'all will say, oh, it's overrated. Oh, it's no impact. I think this. But where's your logic behind it? Where's the argument? Where is the bag to back it up? Y'all get shredded because y'all don't bring anything to the table in the arguments.
Hot Take Hockey says, I'll try with you guys one day, but most of what you said tonight is facts, so not much to disagree. Well, as long as we're not talking hockey, because if we're talking hockey, see, we know when to speak and when not to speak of. When it comes to hockey, I'm going to listen to you.
I'm listening straight
up. You guys
up.
want hockey knowledge, you go to Hot Take Hockey. Yeah. Don't listen to us. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about when it comes to that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about when it comes to hockey. So I'll never argue with you about that. But anything else, things that I fucking know of, we want to talk wrestling. You want to talk fucking football. You want to talk basketball. You want to talk about boxing. You want to talk about these things. These are arenas I'll go toe to toe with anybody. Anybody. Yeah. I don't give a fuck who it is.
Oh, no. Yeah. There's not a lot of people that are going to, like, this is the thing. Like, there's not a lot of people, like we said, that will get into the ring with us and these arguments and debate us and win. I'm sorry. There's not. There's not a lot of people that will. And you know, it's funny as Fabian says, we need raw guys like you, not trying to pander the masses. Exactly. See, me and Josh, we're going to come up here and speak our minds and not try to cater to anyone. We're not going to cater to anything. We're going to speak facts and we're going to back it up. We're going to say what we think. Simple as that.
And I'm going. Well, yeah, I don't know. Well, in a debate, I will be absolutely respectful. I will be absolutely respectful until I feel like I'm not respected. And then I'm going to dress you down. And then I'm going to spank that ass. You're going to get fucked on camera. You're going to get your ass whooped.
Yeah.
With me and Sean.
Okay, yeah, I see. Okay, Dominator said he sent it to us. I got it.
All right.
We got it.
Okay, good. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. So Dominator.
Sorry.
Isaiah. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I even took a screenshot of it so I can have it, and I sent it to Josh so we both.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Dominator.
That was who won the NFL draft.
Yes.
I'm a two-time debate champ for politics. Politics. That's another thing. But this is not a political show. That's another thing. But that's impressive though, Wild, because I was in debate too. But he was a 2-time debate champ in politics. I know a shit ton about sports. When a topic comes up that I disagree with y'all, and I'll clap some of y'all's cheeks. Hey, that's why we have call-in shows, and we've been doing that for a while. We haven't done it in a while, but that's what we wanted when we did the call-in shows. That's exactly what we were looking for, because we got people in the chat that sometimes think, or they actually do have legitimate points, and we want to talk with them about it or debate them about it. Yeah, but everybody comes on camera. Sure. Yeah, it's all good.
Pretty much. They get shy, and we understand that's sometimes how it works.
We got Michael Sachs with a $5 donation. Josh, did you hear about Chad from Crime Time? Yes, I did. Chad, he got caught in a riptide or whatever it's called. The one that pulls you away. He was
underneath. Yeah.
He got taken away. All right. What? And him and his son. And when the rescuers came out, he told them to rescue his son first, right? And so they got his son. And I don't know what happened to fucking Chad, man.
Wait, who's Chad?
He was a wrestler. He was in the tag team back in the day called Crime Time. A wave hit him and he's gone, missing, praying for his family. Yeah, and that was hours ago. So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's tough, man. That's fucking tough. Yeah. Was there any? You don't have to love me forever. Why? What happened? I got it. You got some? Yeah. All right. Where is it? Well, give me. Can I get? Why? Why didn't you bring it off here? Can I have one, please? Unless it's really warm. Oh, I'll see. Well, thank you, Michael Sachs. I did hear about that, and it was terrible, man. That's terrible. That's terrible. But Bay for MVP. QC says Bay for MVP. By the way, she says thank you, guys.
Yeah, but yeah, it's no, like we would like to do we did those call-in shows and stuff like that. But honestly, what happened was it was the same people calling in every time. And a lot of people wouldn't really talk about much or try to debate us. Bigger Mike tried. He got shredded, and then he never called in again. I don't know.
Now, here's the thing. Don't get scared. Don't get scared in the future of calling, even if you have a different take than us. That's good, and we respect people's different opinions and stuff like that. And we will debate those. I'm just saying, just don't get out of line. Yeah. Just some people like to get out of line, like that one dude who came in the chat and said, "Oh, nobody gives a shit about what you guys are talking about." Like that dude. Like if a guy like that called in and got out of line, then we have to dress him down. Yeah. Otherwise, we're absolutely open to having debates, and yeah. So call in next time we do when Sean is able to join me right here, and we're in person, and we could do those call-in shows again. That's what we'll do, and we'll have those discussions. Absolutely,
definitely. Bigger Mike, I just more meant to debate. Like people would just call in, they wouldn't really debate with us.
What'd you get?
Yeah. But yeah. But yeah, but we always welcome anybody, even if it's just to talk and debate and hang out. Once me and Josh can get back together, it's going to be a different story. Like right now, it kind of sucks with everything going on. Me and Josh can't be side by side because it kind of sucks.
And QC says, and that dude didn't even get timed out because shit talk is welcome. Pussies, exactly. And that's another thing that that we just want to emphasize again. Exactly, QC. Mm-hmm. We welcome shit talk. As we have only just a few rules. We only have don't be racist. Yep. Don't threaten somebody. Don't self-promote. That's the rules that we have. As long as you don't fucking cross that line, we're good.
I will say this.
You want to call me fat? I don't give a fuck. Call me fat. You want to laugh at that? Sean looks like an alien when he goes baby face. Call him a fucking alien. I found him in a fucking in the cornfield. All right, call him that. I don't give a shit. He don't give a shit. We don't care. And I think that's another thing that's missed upon some of our members in the Discord too. Some people get a little too sensitive, Mm-hmm. Don't be.
People get too sensitive, and the funny thing is, I'm going to tell you this right now, and Josh will agree. When you're having a debate with someone, and they start going personal with you, you already won that debate.
Exactly.
Just laugh, because when people start going to that personal spot, that means they lost the debate and they're getting defensive, and they realize they have nothing. They don't have shit to respond with, so they try to attack you.
I see some of you guys get so upset about the littlest things, and and some of you guys, I give a pass to a lot because you guys are young. And I remember being that young, and I was very, very hot-headed, and I'd get hot-headed about just about anything. I always understand that. But but overall, if you're, when you're in our Discord, you're hanging out with us, you want to talk with us, you want to call in, just, don't be a pussy. Like you said, just don't be a pussy. And again, a shout out to the Discord. If you want to join our Discord, if you haven't already, go ahead and do so. It's an awesome place for people to hang out. Just abide by the few rules that we do have. Everything else, just keep it chill. There's no need to get too upset about any little fucking thing. It's not that big of a goddamn deal. And what the fuck else was I gonna say, Sean?
I don't know.
Join the fucking Discord.
Join the fucking Discord. Turn your notifications when we go live. I don't fucking know. I don't. Who cares? This has been a great stream. I can't think of what else to say. This has been a fucking fun stream, man.
This has been probably one of my favorite Monday Furies of all time.
And I was saying earlier, Josh, this has probably been the funnest stream of us not having anything to stream about. Like in the regard, like not having a game or play calling or anything. Like we've had some great fucking times doing that shit. Right. But arguably just hanging out streams, this is probably the best.
Right.
This is fun.
This was fun. And everybody who tuned in, thank you so much. All the mods who came in here, thank you guys. Appreciate y'all. People who shared the stream on Twitter, and thank you. Shout out to you guys. You guys are phenomenal.
People that liked it and shared
appreciate y'all. We really do.
The few.
Bobby, appreciate you coming in here, man. Bobby's been in our Discord a lot lately, and I really appreciate all you guys who have been in our Discord and just participating, just keeping us sane, everybody sane throughout this whole quarantine era. Because it's been tough. It's been really, really tough. It sucks. It's been frustrating, and we appreciate all you guys keeping us through this.
The fuck? Sorry. God damn it. Sorry, my computer started fucking playing this loud sound on the window. But yeah, so but yeah, this has been great. Too sweet, legendary shit, green street. Yeah, dude. Josh, you still gonna have that last beer? Or is it too hot?
No, I'm drinking right now.
Oh, you're drinking it right now? Okay, I didn't see it.
I'm drinking it right now, dude. It's happening.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye. Yeah.
So, like I said, the stream's over.
Yeah.
You hit that bed really, really hard, and then we're gonna watch some Walking Dead. Catching up on the Walking Dead.
Oh, fuck that. How dare you choose that over fucking Sons of Anarchy? I
remember waking up and going, "What's going on?" And they were like, "We're watching Walking Dead." And I'm like, "Oh my god!" The only cool thing about Walking Dead really is Negan. Negan, that storyline.
I love that actor, bro.
It's legit. Yeah. Negan's fucking legit. He's great. Yeah. He's fucking absolutely fantastic. And him and Judith, the daughter of Rick Grimes, absolutely fantastic. That's it. Everything else is just like, oh my god, these things are only happening because you're all so stupid. You're all fucking dumb.
I can't watch Walking Dead. I cannot. I watched it, and I just like it. Just something. A trigger flipped in my head, and I just can't watch it anymore. I can't watch it.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know when our next stream is. It might not even be until next Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully not. Well, no. We will have the stream on Twitch.
Yeah, on Twitch Friday.
About YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. Yeah.
We'll have that stream on Twitch. I don't know. We probably play some Warzone. I got that one victory on Warzone one time, and that'd be cool to get another one. So maybe
it's a great feeling, isn't it? Like when you get that victory, you're like, damn.
It's a even better feeling when you don't give a shit. Like me, Corrupt, and Trop, and what's his fucking name?
Who was it?
Junior, Josh Junior.
Yeah, it was
Josh Junior. We're fucking playing Warzone, and we were just fucking goofing off, dude.
Yeah.
We didn't give a fuck. We were literally just clowning. And then it got to about like the last like 20, and we're like, whoa, maybe we might have a shot at this.
We have a shot.
And then we got to the top, like the last 10, and we're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
We could actually win this. Like our whole squad is still alive. And then we won it. And I jumped out of my chair, and I'm like, oh my God, we won. It was incredible. I've never laughed so fucking hard playing a video game in so long. It was so fun. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just sometimes those are the funnest games when you're like kind of just fucking around and you're not even thinking you're gonna win, and then all of a sudden everything's like, holy shit, we're about to win this shit. It's fun. Those are the fun.
You see that shit gets real when you hit the top 10. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Once you see that number from like 150 go down to 10, you're just like, like 150 people down to this last 10, and you're 4 of them.
Yeah.
And your squad, and you're just like, oh my. It was so funny because like we got down to the little tiny circle, and then Corrupt, who's probably like our best player, he got downed. He fucking went down, and then Dutch Sheeran went down, and then it was just me and Trop, and we're like, get to the circle, right? Yeah. And there was this fucking bum. He's a bum. Here's this bum who there's this vehicle like in the smallest part of the circle, right?
Yeah.
And he gets in the vehicle. I think he wants to get away. But it's like,
where are you going?
Where are you going? Like, where are you gonna go? It's down to this tiny circle.
Unless he's trying to run y'all over.
I think that's what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
But he got to the car and he couldn't move. He couldn't get out. So he panicked and he got out of the car, and Trop just went gangsta on him. And just took him down. It was funny as shit, dude.
Dude, me, QC, Nick, and Trop had the same kind of games. Like we had 2 wins in a matter of like 3-4 games. I can't remember. And that's the same thing. We're fucking around. Nick was spray painting all of us. He was our fashion designer. And he painted us all these different colors. And all of a sudden we're like, holy shit, guys, it's coming down to the fucking end here. And it was fucking hilarious.
You know what's funny? The night before he did that, Sean, he told us he was gonna do that.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
He said he was gonna do that on the Discord.
Yeah. And the funny thing is after when we lost, we'd blame him for not spray painting us. So
now it's a tradition.
That's a tradition. Yeah.
And that's how traditions are born, folks.
Yeah.
QC says hearing Josh said about Warzone is dope. Let's play more. Let's play on Friday, man. Let's play some fucking Warzone, dude.
Yeah.
And you know what? I played a Warzone game with Nick. That was fun too. Me, Roach, and Nick played a Warzone. I think we got into like the top 13 or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I really like it. I've been playing more video games lately than I ever have since me and you played old
Warfare?
Call of Duty. Yeah.
Modern Warfare 2?
Yep.
No. 1? 2? I don't know.
Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
I haven't played like this since then. And it was definitely a lot of fun because it's as fun as the company you're with. And these guys are really fun to play with.
Yeah.
They make it a whole lot of fun.
You got to get the right combination, and it make it a lot of fun. Yeah. So we definitely play more Warzone. I want to get more into Warzone. So hot take hockey. I've only played a few times. Honestly, it takes
it's
a good
free.
It's completely free to play, and you
get it.
And I'm telling you, when I first started playing it, you could ask QC and Eddie. They even were like, hey, you should play. I was like, fuck it, I'll download it. And I played it, and I was like, I don't know. But then, like Josh said, it's about the people you play with, and eventually, like you got to get the feel of it, and it's just a lot of fun, man. It can be a lot of fun. It can be frustrating, but it can be a lot of fun though too.
Junior says Warzone tonight. No. Like I said, man, not bad. Really, really hard. And we're gonna be watching some Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Be chilling.
Yeah. I don't know what.
No video games tonight for me.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. We'll see.
But tomorrow's a whole nother day.
Another day, another dollar, right?
Tomorrow's another day, baby.
Yeah. What?
I was gonna say something very important. I forgot.
Oh, obviously, it wasn't that important.
Josh,
I hate when people used to say that shit though.
Lucas says, Josh, you watched The Walking Dead. Me and Sean used to watch The Walking Dead, and then like I don't know about season 7. I was like, I'm done. Like
I was
it
right
was
there.
right when Negan first showed up. I was
It
like,
was
he's cool. But
It was after that full season of Negan. That first full season of Negan. It was my left off spot was that first episode of the following season when right when Negan and what was that black guy, that black priest? What's his name? I don't remember his name. They were stuck in that fucking container together, right? And after that, I was done. That was the last episode I saw. I watched like half of that episode. I was done.
Do you care if I spoil?
I don't give two fucks, but people in the chat might. I don't know.
Do you guys care?
I'm never gonna watch it.
I'm just gonna talk about this stuff, but you know what made me end it?
What?
The fact that, other than the fact that it's repetitive, right? It gets repetitive, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just like the fact that things only happen because people are dumb.
Mm-hmm.
But I hate it.
You hate? Oh, I know who you hate.
I hated Carl. Hated Carl.
I remember when he got shot. Josh was like, when he got shot that one season, you were like, please fucking die.
I never wanted a kid to die more in my life. I hated that fucking kid.
Did he finally die?
He is dead. He died, Sean. And that's the only reason why. I'm like, babe, I'll watch the rest of the series with you. Fuck that kid.
I just remember when he got shot in the eye and he still survived, right? We were all hoping he would die then.
I was hoping Negan was going to bash his fucking brains.
Oh, I was pissed he didn't kill Carl and he killed Glenn. Glenn was one of my favorites. Fuck Carl.
Yeah. But I'm going to go watch it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into Monday Fury. We were live for almost 4 hours. Appreciate y'all. You guys are some real ones.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Love y'all. We'll see you the next time we see you. Later. Bye-bye.
Later.